We're here, we're live, we're starting. We're going. And I'm trying to remember now. I remember this guy. I remember this weirdo. Alright, we have a cross-examination going on. I'm trying to... What are we talking about? I remember that there was a murder, and there's a big old crow demon. And I remember this weirdo and his very chest-out kind of voice that I gave him. I at least remember that much. What were we talking about? Staircase, there's a woman seems to crush on position. Right, we're blaming the mayor. The strange feathers and tracks you planted. Okay, I'm just gonna start by pressing you and figure out where we were. Detective Fulbright, is the anti-merger movement really that strong? Oh, absolutely! They parade around in yokai costumes shouting, "Down with Mayor Tenma!" And just the other day, they stormed Tenma City Hall, claiming it was a den of vipers! That seems extreme. Like, I'm not entirely sure. That feels extreme, right? Right, I forgot about the fucking murderer. That's our prosecutor. But when the accused shows his face, the angry mob scattered like leaves upon an autumn wind. For you see, okay, lowly yokai are no match for Tenma Taro, the dark lord of their kind. Wait, are the villagers scared of Mayor Tenma or Tenma Taro? I'm confused. I think he means Mayor Tenma. It's easy to get the wrong impression about the guy. Detective Fulbright, why do you suppose the defendant would commit such an act? Hold it! The amazing Ninetales. No one knows his true identity, right? Except for me, because I figured it out, because I'm a genius, and everyone else is stupid. Oh, that's right. And he was a lone wolf, or in other words, he didn't belong to a wrestling federation. He appeared like a shooting star, defeating one Tenma Town wrestler after another. And before anyone knew it, he was champion. Like the samurai of yore, surrounded thick with enemies, he cut them down one by one. It was a complete and utter loss of face for Tenma Town Pro Wrestling. He was amazing! If ever there was a real superhero, it would be him! I dream of becoming a true champion of justice like him someday. I bet Detective Fulbright would be a great pro wrestler. He'd even team up with Prosecutor Blackquill. I think he's got, well, a police detective and a prisoner in change. If it, you know, I can see that as a nice theme for a tag team duo. But maybe, you know, I think people would actually pay to see that. I know I would. See, Apollo gets me. He understands. So you do understand the greatness that is the amazing Ninetales. Hold it! Did the murder and yokai of evidence really stoke the villagers' fears? Absolutely! It had an immediate effect! The resumed return of the dreaded Tenma Taro has them shaking in their boots! Oh my, is it really that bad? That superstitious lot. It's as if Jack the Ripper had been set loose in their village. Me trying to remember now if Jack the Ripper was in Great Ace Attorney. I don't think he was. The mere thought of that demon lurking about is enough to spark a mass exodus. But where's the why? Like, okay, I understand that. Oh, the demon Tenma Taro is back, and now everyone's leaving, so we can merge the two cities. First of all, why would you want to merge it when all the people are now leaving? Second, like, especially with the murder thing, it's like he's been arrested. I don't think this helped him in the slightest. I see. That's a very persuasive argument. The mere thought of His Honor buying into that Simon the Psycho Slasher's words makes me want to spark my own exodus out of this courtroom right about now. So you see, there can be only one reason why anyone would plant those feathers and tracks.
Hold it!
But it doesn't add up. And what you say is true, why top it off with murder? What do you mean? You claim that our client planted the yokai evidence to stoke the villagers' fears. If so, then why not stop there? Why murder Alderman Cuby? Excellent point. It is, isn't it? So, Your Honor agrees that there was no reason for the murder, correct?
Objection!
Perhaps the killing was on the spur of the moment. You're saying it wasn't premeditated? From the outset, I had no intention of paying heed to any of your babble. However, the fact is, the mayor made a startling discovery. A startling discovery? Oh, why don't I like the sound of that? He's going to unmask the amazing Ninetales in front of everyone. I mean, if he didn't, I would eventually. Alderman Kyubi's secret identity. Apollo, I think Prosecutor Blackwell has figured out the Alderman's secret identity. Thank you, Athena, for these wise words that I never would have guessed based on the things that Blackwell just said to us. But even if he has, why would it be a motive for the mayor to commit murder? This is not good. This patch of fur was discovered at the crime scene. It's from the mask worn by the amazing Ninetales. Therefore, we concluded the mask was at the crime scene. Oh my, but why would it have been there? The victim was a former pro wrestler and a member of the anti-merger movement. Need I say more? Well, Oh! Could it really be? Was he the amazing Ninetales' manager? Oh my goodness. From pro wrestler to pro manager. Well, I believe that is a rather common direction. Your baldness has had an epiphany, I see. Our victim, Rex Cuby, was the amazing Ninetales, and the mayor's discovery of this fact was his motive for murder. I don't know if that's necessarily a good motive. Maybe it might be for some people, I guess. I don't know, feels weird to me. No! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Order! Order! What a shocking development! A motive clearer than crystal clear. Is it though? Again, maybe I'm just not thinking like a killer enough. That doesn't feel like a super strong motive to me. What do we do now, Apollo? Oh, I didn't really tie the Alderman's secret identity to the mayor's motive for murder. At last, we've reached my real point. Why did the Alderman have to forge a secret identity? Because that's what wrestlers do. At least that's what these wrestlers do. They have a mask for a reason. Does it not pique your interest, your baldness? I admit it does. It is odd that he had to create this other persona. Hello, Bibies. Thank you for the 20 months. Hello, hello. Thank you, thank you. Welcome to the old man's actually a super buff wrestler. And everyone now knows it. Does to secretly participate in the anti-merger movement. Very astute of you, your baldness. Feels so rude to the judge. Like, is the judge bad at his job? Maybe. Some would say yes. I feel like insulting the judge is not a good look for your case. Right, now take a look at this! If you value your dearest life, you will merge Ninetales Vale with Tinmatown. Do not tell anyone about this threat. If you value your dearest life, you will merge Ninetales Vale with Tinmatown. This blackmail letter was found in Alderman Cuby's pocket. What? At present, the alderman's wife is in the hospital, and that letter is clear evidence the mayor was blackmailing him by threatening her life. Except that we, the player, know that, where is it? Did we not have evidence that the mayor is also being blackmailed for basically the exact same thing? Oh wait, didn't the blackmail letter sent to Mayor Tenma go missing? Right after the alderman's murder? Uh-oh, it was that one. Uh-oh, it was that letter. That letter's not meant for the alderman. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is bad. Very, very bad. Very not good. Uh-oh. You think maybe the killer took the letter from the mayor after the murder and planted it into the alderman's pocket because there's not a name on it, and boy, it'd be easy to do. It's possible, but we don't have any proof that that's what happened. I'll talk about it being up the creek without a paddle. Uh-oh. We're in trouble. We're in so much trouble. Well, Mayor Tenma, I'm so sorry to tell you. It was nice meeting you. It was nice meeting your daughter. She's a lovely girl. Athena, I'm sorry about your friend's dad. Think we might have to give this one up. I think we might have to walk away from this one. I think we might be fucked. I've never said that, Ace Attorney. I think we gotta go. Mayor Tenma would have made a clean getaway if he just left after planting the yokai things. But he was knocked out cold by a sudden decision to kill the amazing Ninetales. Again, the logic there does not make sense of the killing him and then getting the... It's like... So it was the amazing Ninetales counterattack that brought the entire crime to light. Oh, wait a sec. Alright's claiming that the mayor killed the alderman after planting the yokai evidence. But that's not possible! 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 Bloody footprints. Get fucked, detective! Bastard. That the mayor was knocked out cold immediately after that? Detective Fulbright, please add your previous statement to your testimony. Killed the sleeping alderman after planting the feathers and tracks. I'm sorry. You must be blind and or stupid and or both.
Objection!
Detective Fulbright, your sense of justice is anything but fair. What's this? You dare question my justice again? Yes, and I'm going to prove it to you. Take a look at this photo. This is the crime scene photo. And just what does this prove? It proves when the feathers and tracks were planted. But I already told you they were planted before the murder. Are you stupid? Are you a fucking idiot? Are you a moron? The defendant planted the yokai evidence, then was knocked out while killing his victim. Well, that would be impossible. If you look right here, it's clear when the feathers and tracks were left at the scene. Everything. The feathers are on top of the blood. And the tracks are bloody. Aren't you just pointing to the yokai feathers and tracks, Mr. Justice? Yes. See how the feathers are on top of the blood, and the tracks were made in blood? In other words, the yokai evidence could have only resulted after the murder. Then the mayor must have planted the evidence after killing the alderman. But you said it yourself. The mayor had been knocked unconscious thereafter. There would have been no time for him to plant any evidence at all. Therefore, there must have been someone else besides the mayor and the alderman at the crime scene. There must be some mistake. There must be some mistake. What have I done? What's happening? Order! Order! Where's your evidence? You can't possibly have any, can you? I just gave you evidence. Hey, dumbass, what do you think? What do you call what I just did? What do you call this photo? Hello? Evidence? No, I have evidence. In fact, I have an eyewitness testimony for you. You do? But how? Oh, look at that little pouty face. Was my vaunted sense of justice really just half-baked? Okay, look. Look, you can't give me that pouty face. It's kind of cute. I kind of like it. You're a big dumbass and you're an idiot, but I kind of like this pouty face. Look at him. He's taking this really hard.
Mr. Justice, what is this testimony regarding a third party that you claim to have?
I have it right here, Your Honor. It's the sworn testimony of Mr. Tenma's daughter. The witness, Jingxi Tenma, saw a yokai in the hallway after stumbling upon the scene. It was the demon Tenma Taro. He's the source of those feathers and tracks! Have none of you heard of a costume? Like the one that was there earlier in the day? Will somebody please say something?
The defense will explain to the court exactly what he means. You dare to mock this court and justice itself? You're unfit to bear your name, boy!
Your baldness, it appears our defense attorney here is delirious from exhaustion. Apollo, think of something quick before you're held in contempt of court. What do you think I'm trying to do? Before you decide whether I should step down, please, hear me out. Hear me out?
Very well, Mr. Justice, I'm all ears, but you had better explain yourself well.
Costumes exist, motherfuckers. Hello? Earlier in the day, literally not, but an hour or two before the murder happened, we saw a guy in a Tim Mataro costume fighting the Amazing Nine Tails. The costume exists. It's around. Someone has it. Where's the costume?
What was the yokai you were talking about?
It's all in the statement here. Jingxi Tenma asserts that she saw Tenma Taro after she's discovered the crime scene, called the police. She came around a corner in the hall. It was around here that she saw Tenma Taro fleeing toward the foyer. The defense asserts that whoever was impersonating this monster is the one who left those feathers and tracks behind, intentionally or otherwise.
What? How incredibly unjust! Oh, I haven't heard about this before!
This has proved there's someone else. The mayor isn't the killer? Was it all set up? The prosecutor is a convicted felon, after all. Apollo, the momentum has shifted in our favor. Good. Well, let's keep it that way. Black Quill, you have words. And what are you objecting to exactly? Little do you realize that though you are in the midst of a fray, your sword is broken. My sword? I didn't know I had one to break. Are you implying there's a problem with my claim? Hi, Maya. Oh, thank you for the posture check and the hydrate. How you doing? Anyway. Hope you're doing well today. Hold on, I just had a great idea. I should do the ooh. Whenever that ooh goes off, I should do the ooh of the voice of the character that's currently on screen. And only because I want to go, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, I'm a little kitty cat. I can't keep a straight face. Consider this. If that yokai impersonator had indeed fled toward the foyer, that fool and that fop would have seen him. Fool and fop? Oh, you mean Filch and LaBelle. Now that you mention it, both Phineas Filch and Florent and LaBelle were in the foyer at the time. They haven't stated that they saw a yokai, have they? Did you ever consider that yokai was but a figment of a scared little girl's imagination? Why didn't those two see the Tenmataro impersonator pass by? Maybe they're lying? Maybe they were distracted. Maybe they're Tenmataro. Hint, it was all three. Why don't we ask them ourselves? I was just about to say that myself. No, really, I was. The defense would like to call Mr. Phineas Filch, caretaker of QB Manor, to the stand. I just know he must have seen something.
I suppose we can't ignore the fact that this little girl believes she saw a monster. I trust you have no objection to Mr. Justice's request, Prosecutor Black Quill.
Also, well, okay, 15, little girl, whatever. Didn't go to work today, which in my mind is a plus. It might not be for you. went to a game store and you spent too much money. Combination of good and bad happening there, Maya. I know that feeling. That is a hell of a mood. Congrats on your games, though. What you get? Because now I'm curious.
I understand that Mr. Filch is enjoying a nap out in the lobby.
I knew that Tanuki was a rare find. But when we captured him, I didn't think he'd end up a witness. Do with him as you will. Did he just say captured? No, wait, I don't want to know.
Very well then. Bailiff, please go wake Mr. Filch and escort him to the witness stand.
Hey, we got this guy here. What do you got? What's going on here, man? What's going on here?
Will the witness state his name and occupation, please?
My name's Filch. Phineas Filch, caretaker of QB Manor. Don't let me too near your valuables for absolutely no reason at all. People tend to blame me when they go disappearing. Oh, and this is for you, your lordship. Just a little something I thought you might like. Aren't those Fulbrights? Shoes again? A Fallout playmat, some dice, and some sleeves? Nice. Nice, nice, nice.
Oh my, what a fabulous pair of shoes. And your honor will do just fine, Mr. Filch.
It's those shoes again. Don't they belong to Detective Fulbright? Don't tell me Fitch stole them again. They're all yours, your honorship, sir.
For what? Well, they seem awfully expensive.
Yep, too expensive for me, but I reckon they'd be perfect for someone like your honorship.
It's a kind gesture, but legal ethics dictate I can't accept such gifts.
Oh, ethics, smethics. Just take them if you want them. Polish them up real nice for you, too.
I'm sorry about the shoes, Mr. Filch, but I will accept your testimony. The court would like to hear whether you saw Tin Mataro in the foyer after the murder.
Guarding the foyer. At the time of the murder, no, we gotta say it, wait, we gotta say Moira. At the time of the murder, I was on much better. I think that fits much better in. I was on guard duty in the foyer. I was in guard duty in the foyer looking out for the murder, just like Mr. QB asked. I was making sure no one, fair, foul, fishy, or otherwise, could get to our guest. I was still in my office keeping a good watch when the murder happened after 3 p.m. Yeah. Sure. Definitely keeping a great watch. But I didn't see nothing out of the ordinary. No siree! That yokai you keep jabbering on about was but a phantom of a little girl's dreams. So, you're telling this court you never saw anyone dressed up like Tin Mataro? Yep. Was gone the whole time. That's the truth, the holy truth, and nothing but the truth. Nutta butter. I haven't had a nutta butter in a long time. They used to be a lot more common. Feel like I haven't seen them in a while. Oh, note to self. Grab some nutta butters at the store this weekend. Hold on. I want to make a note to myself. I want a nutta butter now. See if I can find them. There we go. Now where were we? And Tin Mataro? Bah, you don't really believe in all that yokai mumbo jumbo, do ya? I certainly don't. Well, now hold on now there, buddy. I believe you're lying. Huh? My bracelet. It's... Something the matter, Apollo? My bracelet keeps squeezing my arm. Really? So you think Mr. Tanuki, Filch, has been lying to us? I'm so sorry, Maya. If I could make it easier for you, I would. I do not have that power. Hold on, wait. Connect to technology. Go. Work. Magic. Alright, if that doesn't work, it's not my fault. I wouldn't rule it out. Now, if I could just zero in on a tell. Some sort of nervous habit. Ah! What the... What's a hawk doing in here? Allow me to introduce my trusty cohort, Taka. Question. Did you seriously just name your hawk Hawk? You just named your hawk Hawk. That's it. That's all you did. He seems to have taken quite a liking to the courthouse. Made it his new home, in fact. He doesn't live with you, you know, in jail? Who's ever heard of a courthouse bird? Excuse you, it's called a jailbird? Oh, courthouse bird. Oh, I get it. Taka simply loathes trickery and fraud. And that queer power of yours seems to have offended my dear bosom buzzard. I feel like a bosom buzzard, it sounds like what? Okay. It just sounds like what a MILF, like, bird furry character would be called, a bosom buzzard. This isn't some sort of trick or... Ah! I won't be able to spot squat like this. Okay, I feel like this is, not contempt of courts, but this is definitely a distraction. Oh, what the heck's going on around here? Run for the hills!
No pets or other animals allowed in the courtroom.
Ah!
Somebody help!
Oh, he's merely having a bit of sport. He won't harm you, save when truly famished.
In that case, Prosecutor Blackwell, you will ensure your feathered friend is properly fed.
Looks like we have to do this the old-fashioned way. We'll be fine, I think. I feel like the fact that it keeps attacking me says that that thing should be, like, on a leash or whatever. There was someone dressed as Cinmataro there. Filch should have seen him. We'll have to put our faith in Jinxie's testimony for now.
Mr. Justice, please proceed with your cross-examination.
I like the bird. Taka's a bit mean, but it's not his fault. I blame Blackquill. I'm in a murder as I'm glad dirty in front of the foyer. Yep. I was making sure no one, fair, foul, fishy, or otherwise, could get to our guest. Yep. I was still in my office, keeping a good watch when the murder happened after 3 p.m. Did you really keep an eye on the foyer the entire time? Poor old Filchy. Been working hard my whole life. Only to be smeared by some greenhorn in his fancy-smancy suit and silly haircut. Greenhorn? Excuse you, I've been at this for like a year at this point, at the very least 6 months. Sorry, Mr. Blackwell, sir. Didn't mean to get off subject there. Sheesh. Blackwell didn't even say anything. To answer your question, yes, I kept an eye, no, both of them, in fact, on the foyer. Oh, yeah, sure, definitely. Oh, I did keep a watch after 3 p.m. Hold on, what about this?
Objection!
What about this, then? Don't lie to the court like that, Mr. Filch. Hey! It ain't right to bushwhack a fella like that! Unfortunately for you, I have evidence that proves you're lying. If you look at this TV listing here, you'll see that at the time of the crime, there was a pro wrestling match scheduled. Something you'd never miss. I didn't watch that one, no sirree! I was doing my job just like I was supposed to. This guy doesn't know when to give up. Mr. Filch, someone even circled the match. It was you, right? Only that, you even told me you watched it. You said, and I quote, "It was a complete disaster." So, do you admit to slacking off? Hey, you can't trick me with your Rudy Poo while you talk. I'm one of the professional types too. I can do double duty watching TV in the foyer at the same time. Only thing Filch can claim to be a professional of is professional thief. Also, no the fuck you can't. You're watching TV, you certainly ain't looking at the foyer.
Mr. Justice, you would have this court believe the witness was slacking off?
That's correct. He claims to have been watching TV and the foyer at the same time. Well, that's nothing but a bald-faced lie.
What did you say? But I'm not the one who's lying. Perhaps you meant the witness, Mr. Justice. And in that case, let's see what evidence you can offer. You claim Mr. Filch is lying about watching TV and the foyer simultaneously. Now prove it! Oh, you didn't even let me finish my sentence.
Let's take a look at the direction the TV is facing in this diagram. Now, unless Mr. Filch's eyes were his right ear should be, I think it would be impossible to watch the foyer entrance and the TV at the same time.
Why, yes! Someone watching TV there couldn't possibly see the entrance.
Exactly. And that means, Mr. Filch, you were slacking off and were not watching the foyer as you claim. Ah! That bag's out of the other way around.
Order, order, order! But Mr. Justice, is Mr. Filch's less than stellar work ethic relevant to this case?
It's very relevant, because while he was slacking off watching TV, there really could have been a Tin Mataro impersonator in the foyer.
Objection.
What now? Granted, this Tanuki was lax in his duties, but he still had the foyer entrance covered. What are you talking about? This. I'm not a mind reader. Ah! Auditory sense. His eyes may have been slacking off, but his ears were still hard at work. Right, Tanuki? Stop feeding the witness lines. They were? Yes, they were. But you already admitted to slacking off. Now you say you weren't? My eyes might be lazy, but my ears ain't. I would have hurt anyone in the foyer. You see, the foyer floor and stairway get all creaky squeaky when someone walks on them. Creak, creak, creak. Loud enough to wake the dead, I reckon. I feel like I accidentally changed his voice at some point. So you're saying you didn't hear anybody walk by? Yeah, my ears were working full time, so who's the liar now, you good shyster? A lying thief calling me a shyster. This has to be the low light point of my fledgling career. You're only somewhat fledgling, aren't you? I'd hand it to you, Mr. Blackwell, sir. You really are something else. Objection. Feeding the witness lines. Excuse me? I mean, you don't miss a thing. And then bags under my eyes, they're darker than mine. Fair warning, Mr. Filch. Taka is particularly fond of Tanuki. Should you lie to this court again, you may suddenly find yourself on the menu. Yeah, please don't eat me, Mr. Taka, sir.
The witness will hereby testify truthfully under penalty of painful bird attacks.
I feel like that's not an actual... You know what? I'm fine with this punishment, actually.
And with that in mind, the court requests that the witness revise his testimony accordingly.
Hello, Imagigary. Hello, all my glitches and witches. I hope you're all doing well. To be fair, I'm not a bird, but I might be bird aunt because I do have baby birds. I don't know if I've ever talked about this on stream. Directly outside of my front door, there was a nest on the lamp on the wall. Why not bird tax? Fair point, Lady Devar. Also, hello. I've never talked about this, but there's a little bird's nest last year and this year. Some babies have been born in that nest, and they're adorable, and I love them. And I am their godmother. And the other day, last Saturday, I even picked up baby bird off the ground because it fell out of the nest, and it couldn't fly and it couldn't move, so I put it back in the nest, and then it fell out again later, and I put it back in a second time. And it has not fallen out since. Beautiful babies. Love good babies. Where were we? Oh, right, his ears. It's true. I was watching a pro wrestling match on the office TV. My eyes might have been slacking off, but my ears, they were working overtime. They're not? Hold on. It's possible I might need to fix that. There it is. Cool, we're good. Fixed it. The floor there's all creaky squeaky like. No way I would have missed someone walking by. Thank you, Lady Devar, for pointing that out for me. So you see, there weren't no Tin Mataro in the foyer. Superstition is the religion of feeble minds. Ba-ba-dum. Ba-ba-dum. Do I have any evidence that he's a loser? That will let a man repeatedly mantle and dismantle a bomb in court. To be fair, everyone thought that was a fake bomb. And it was a fake bomb. Now that I think about it, it was fake. It wasn't a real bomb. We were fine. Okay, that's right. There was a jingling staff. So we have that in terms of sound. But I don't have any evidence that he couldn't hear. Oh. Understand. A simple, rational explanation is best. Forget yokai, demons, and such. We must use common sense. For lacking that, our entire world will be butt upside down. The convict prosecutor is totally a sign of the end times for the legal world. And besides, if there were any yokai roaming around, I'd nab them and sell them to the zoo. I wonder whether Jinxie was just seeing things. That seems to be the general consensus, but I'm sticking to my guns. But if we can't prove she saw Tinmataro, the mayor's sure to be convicted. And we better help my guns fire bullets, not BBs. Hey, BBs are still plenty dangerous.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
Time and death and time and that. So we've already used that already. He supposedly would have heard. We already proved that he was not looking at the foyer, but he would have heard if anything went off. So this is now useless to us. For a wrestling match, my eyes might have been slacking off, but my ears, they were working overtime. The floor there's all creaky squeaky like. No way I would have missed someone walking by. Walking by. Walking by! What if they weren't walking? What if they were flying? He was watching Mucha Lucha. Mucha Lucha, Mucha Lucha. Ah, good times. God, Mucha Lucha was a fun show. It really was just like, thinking back on it though, Mucha Lucha was 100% an American-made anime in just the way that it was produced. Or like, in the way that its story beats kind of went. That was definitely a shonen anime. Just without a plot. Was there a Mucha Lucha movie, or am I thinking about something else? Because if there was a movie, no. Ultimate Muscle! God, you want to talk about a throwback? Now that's a throwback. The funniest thing about Ultimate Muscle to me as a kid, tiny little kid watching that movie, was always, you put on a mask over your face that looks exactly like your face. What? Very silly. There was a movie? I called it. I was right. Ultimate Muscle was fucking weird. But now that was also an actual anime, so... anyways. I don't necessarily have evidence that he was flying. There weren't no Tinmataro in the foyer. He's acting pretty nervous here. I'm gonna talk to him here. So you have pretty good ears, Mr. Filch? As good as they come, I'd say. Ain't nothing to hear a creaky floor. Plus that Tinmataro makes a sound when he goes by. It's like a jingle jangle. Ha! I've got him! Fucking loser! Fucking idiot! Dumbass! Motherfucker! We got you, bitch! Oh, he's fucked. Oh, he's fucked. No, the fuck he don't. No, the fuck he don't. You were told to lie. Jingle jangle? How does he do that? Oh, it's that staff of his. That's what jingle jangles. Well, what's he talking about, Apollo? Beats me, but I guess Timitaro has a staff that makes noise. Come to think of it, didn't Jinxie mention something like that? She did. She told us that he had a staff that jingle jangled. However, in the only official document of Timitaro, there is no staff. Staff is not part of the legend. It's not a real thing. We don't know why he had it, or why the fake person had it in the costume. There ain't no Timitaro staff. It don't exist. So the fact that he's talking about the thing proves to me specifically, and soon to Paul Justice and everyone else, that this motherfucker be lying. She said she saw Timitaro holding a staff-like object that made a jangly sound. I guess it's the source of the noise. I'm fairly certain that this is Timitaro. This is the guy. This motherfucker with the wide lips. Look at them. Look at that big ass mouth he got. Are you? You're not related, are you? No, you both just have wide lips and that hairstyle.
Well, Mr. Justice, Mr. Filch says Timitaro jingle jangles. Would you consider this vital information?
Extremely vital. I request that it be added to his testimony. If Timitaro was to pass by, his staff would have gone jingle jangle. No, the fuck it wouldn't have, bitch. Let me slam this in your face. Timitaro's staff would make a jingly sound, you say? Oh, I'm going to say that your story doesn't add up.
Is there something the defense would like to share with the court?
You're with me this time? I mean, wow. As your legal aid. And as everyone knows, in every Ace Attorney game, the legal aid is always a better lawyer than the actual lawyer. Mr. Filch, you said that you didn't see Timitaro on the day of the incident. Why then did you assume just now that Timitaro would be holding a staff? Huh? You see, the Timitaro Jinxie saw held a staff in his hand, and she described it sound just like you did, as a kind of jingly sound. Yeah, so he was holding a staff. What's your point? Objection! Objection! The point is that Timitaro doesn't usually a staff. Not normally. What are you talking about? You see, this is the only known document depicting Timitaro. Is there a staff in that picture, Mr. Filch?
You're right. There's no staff. Not even a cane or a walking stick.
Ah!
So the question is, why does the witness think Timitaro uses a staff?
I believe the answer will overturn the prosecution's case on the most basic level. Well now, this is getting more interesting.
All right, Mr. Justice, it's time to show the court where you're going with this. Please tell the court why Mr. Filch believes Timitaro carries a staff.
Mr. Filch actually saw Timitaro right after the crime occurred. That's the only way you could possibly know about the staff. I'm busted again!
Bloody hell! You duplicitous little...
Yes! How'd that feel, Blackwell? Not so fun when you're on the receiving end of the blade, is it? I love when we make the prosecutors, especially the really stoic ones, make this face. I was like, ha, fuck you. Minute, Mr. Filch. You did see Timitaro that day, didn't you? Well, I'm begging you, please don't make me say it. Well, clearly you did see Timitaro. Stop stalling and testify to that fact. I just remembered that the part of the legend is that if you see Timitaro, you cannot talk about seeing Timitaro, because then you'll get cursed and killed by Timitaro. No can do, no way, no how. You ain't got no idea how terrifying he can be. I'm sorry, he? Mr. Filch still won't admit to seeing Tinmataro, even though everyone knows he did. The question now is, why? Mr. Filch is scared to death. Is that why he can't admit the truth? Come to think of it. They say you must not gaze upon Tinmataro, but in the event that you do look, and then tell anyone what you saw, Tinmataro will claim your soul. While you were tracking down lost panties, I was studying the blade. Dude, that was like 6 months ago. Jinxie won't admit to seeing Tinmataro after hearing about the village superstitions. She said that if she's told anyone that she had seen Tinmataro, he'd claim her soul. Oh wait, you think Filch believes that too? So Mr. Big Time said he's like a lawyer has heard about him? On them old village superstitions?
Will the defense please explain what the witness is talking about?
The people of Ninetails Vale believe some pretty strange things. Their superstitions may be the reason our witness here can't admit the truth. The truth that he really did see Tinmataro. Darn straight, that's why! It's all right here! Village superstitions. 1. Do not gaze upon Tinmataro. 2. Do not tell others if you see him. 3. Ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul. There is, however, one way to save it. Your immediate departure from the village. 4. Freeing him will bring ruin upon the village! Ruin, I say! Ruin! Ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul? See? That's why us folks in Ninetail Vale can't talk about seeing Tinmataro! Well, that clears up one mystery. The killer took advantage of the superstitions by wearing a Tinmataro costume. They knew that way no one could ever could talk about him, so it was as if he never existed. The defense holds that this Tinmataro impersonator is the true killer!
What?
I mean, technically I've said that like 3 times now.
Objection!
Objection! Superstitions, you say? What kind of a fool would actually believe such rubbish? Weren't you the one saying earlier that the people of the village all believe this shit? Wasn't that you? And would that using some silly fairy tale could so easily expose the culprits? You'll need to come with a more rational, common sense explanation than that.
Objection!
Objection! Your common sense seems awfully narrow-minded to me, Professor Blackwell. Objection! Try living in my world of narrow cells, mortal danger, and dark, sleepless nights. There is no lack of superstitions in the clink, but few are those who truly believe in them.
Objection!
Objection! Well, the village superstitions are real enough to the people of Ninetails Vale. Life or death superstition might even make you a believer. Nah, you're good. Hi, Kay. Did we call him a professor? I don't think we called him a professor. How you doing, Kay? Hope you're doing well. Yeah. You fool of a Tanuki! 2 times now your lies have cost me. Sorry, I promise not to do it again. Taka, my fine feathered friend, have at him. He's gonna eat me alive! Head for the hills! It took off. Okay, I need to,
Oh, bailiff, what are you after? What are you for? After him, and with your fastest men.
It's starting to storm over there. Like, a good kind of storm that you don't have to walk out in, but you get to nice and enjoy the thunder. Because that's nice. Now, let's see here. Ace, Attorney, Taka, Bird. What is your name in Japanese? Because I highly doubt that they would have kept it. Well, actually, it's entirely possible. That even in Japanese, they'd still call him... Oh no, in Japanese, his name is Gin. In other words, interesting. The bailiff could be Meekins? It could absolutely. In fact, it'd be very funny. Well, that's certainly not something you see every day. I do love that I was completely right that they absolutely didn't... Why wasn't his name... Gin? Why didn't they just keep the name Gin in English? Why did they change it to Taka? I'm always so curious. This choice is a holdover from an undisclosed scrapped plot point. Interesting, potentially. Huh. Wild. Anyways, where were we? That's certainly not something you see every day. Sorry, Japanese lesson got me distracted.
Well, it would seem a new important fact has come to light. A third party disguised as the yokai Tenmataro was at the scene. And now we have 2 witnesses who can attest to that fact. Any objections, Prosecutor Blackwell?
Okay, so it's at this point. It's at this point where I had a feeling he was going to do that eventually. I didn't think it would be right now. I thought it'd be at the end of the case. What?
Oh!
Shackles. Ah! I'm too young to die. Justice Dono, long has it been since I've been forced to draw my blade. You had best say your prayers. And off he goes. Hey y'all, convicted murderer is now free. Time to go. I believe. Court is adjourned. I win. Client's not guilty. Moving on.
Detective, do something! Have no fear. Fulbright is here. When the going gets tough, the champion of justice gets going.
Objection!
Objection! Gotta get going already before he kills us.
Oh, but I stand in awe of Simon Blackwell, for it is his sense of justice that sets him free. Objection! Objection! I object to Detective Fulbright's definition of justice.
Silence.
Silence. I'm not in the habit of cutting down unarmed cowards.
Oh, well, in that case, Prosecutor Blackwell, can I ask you to, you know...
I think the judge forgot he's in charge here. So, Justice Dona's assertion is this. Tenmataro is the real killer, not Mayor Tenma. According to him, there was a yokai at the scene of the crime. In a costume, someone in a costume. Right, and that yokai, rather, whoever was impersonating him, killed Alderman Kyubi.
Silence.
Here to explain why Jinxie, being the first to discover the murder, did not see your alleged killer yokai there in the Fox Chamber. Air vents. Obviously. What? He's right. She said nothing about Tenmataro being in the Fox Chamber. Let me enlighten you. That little scamp heard a dying scream right before she opened the chamber door. And your point is... Upon opening the door, she found a freshly skewered murder victim, the alderman, and the homicidal maniac who had killed him, the mayor. I feel like that word doesn't mean quite what you think it means. Maniac is a very specific meaning there, pal, buddy, dude, guy. No, there must have been someone dressed up like Tenma. Ah! Then why does that little scam claim not to have seen a yokai in the Fox Chamber?
Considering her father is accused of murder, Surely she would have mentioned any third party that might have been in the room.
I don't understand. Why didn't she tin Mataro inside the Fox Chamber? There's but one way to find out. Ask Jinxie Tenma whether she saw your killer yokai at the scene of the crime. Uh-oh. The final battle draws nigh. Only one of us will leave here alive. Long has my blade thirsted for blood. At long last it shall be sated. Wait, this is still a trial, right? Show me what you're truly capable of. Justice, Dono.
Very well then. Both parties no doubt need some time to regroup. So the court will take a 10-minute recess in order to... Oh!
3 minutes.
I'm sorry, but a 3-minute recess?
Just so. Plenty of time if your destination of intent is the loo.
The loo? You mean the bathroom?
Sheesh. At least include enough time to wash our hands. You take no more than 3 minutes. All latecomers will be punished.
Yes, sir. I hereby declare a 3-minute recess before the battle begins.
I declare Prosecutor Blackpool the winner of this round of Simon Says. Doesn't bode well for us if the prosecutor is running the show, does it? This feels wrong. This feels like, I don't know if there's a technical term for this, actually. Threatening the judge? Some form of contempt of court, surely? He busted out of his shackles. Yeah, what was that all about? As they don't make shackles like they used to. Better be careful, Apollo. You've really brought out the samurai in him. I mean... They never quite, like... Okay, except for a couple of guys. They're normally not threatening the judge. You know, except for those who are, like... Chief Justices and Chief Prosecutors and... You know, like, fucking... Von Karma, I don't remember his first name. The father, not the daughter, not the hot daughter, but the evil father. And also, the motherfucker from London, who was Chief Justice. He wasn't really a prosecutor, though, so that doesn't count. I'm trying to remember any others. Especially after we proved there was a Tinmataro impersonator at the manor. What's with that guy in the whole Samurai Act, anyway?
Such fine swordsmanship. That is no mere act. Mr. Justice, it's high time I challenge this jailhouse prosecutor to a duel.
No, wait, let's save the dueling until after we prove your innocence.
I suppose I could wait till later.
Does anyone remember we're conducting a trial here? Athena, I'm gonna go wash up. Remember Blackwell said, Apollo, don't be late. Why do I have a bad feeling? Okay, never mind, we're back. April 18th, 10:43 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4.
Now then, I believe our next witness is Miss Jinxie Tenma, a maid at QB Manor. I believe we can proceed now, if the witness is ready, that is.
Narihyun, leader of the 100 demons, he really does exist. Oh, this is cute. This is silly. I like this. Wow, that is one polished tray, well-polished tray.
The witness will show her face while in court, or her testimony will be inadmissible. What is it, my child?
Begone! Narihyun. Narihyun, leader of the 100 demons?
Oh, you think I'm a yokai? Well, I was once known as a judicial monster of sorts. The beast of the bar, the demon of due process, if you will.
My charm has no effect. The demon of due process? Not sure I can see that one. Now, you little scamp. Yes? I trust you know why you're here. Bags. Bags? Oh, that tricksy Tanuki? Try the noodle stand, and go enjoy a big bowl of tanuki-tailed noodles while you're at it. Everyone's a comedian. No, I meant your bags. The ones under your eyes. You must have trouble sleeping. Here, this charm will keep Azukirai away. Azukirai? The yokai that washes up Azuki beans? The only thing needing washing will be your father's neck before I take his head clean off. Azukirai often keeps people up at night with the noise he makes washing beans. But if you stick this charm on your forehead, you won't hear him anymore. Is that so? Well, thank you. I appreciate the gesture and the charm, and it looks like Prosecutor Blackwell got more than he bargained for. They're bad enough alone, but together, those two are just plain creepy.
Your testimony, if you please, Mrs. Tinma. Miss Tinma, excuse me, you're not married. Specifically, whether or not you saw Tinmataro when you discovered the crime scene.
Did I see Tinmataro in the fox chamber? Oh, well, when I opened the door, I saw, yes, now I remember. Yokai right there in that room. Is the edgy boy not as edgy as he wants us to think? He's got a soft heart for the pure-hearted. I'm sure he does, to some degree, especially because, like, he's only ever killed one person. I have a feeling it was, in his mind, someone who deserved it. So there was a yokai at the scene of the crime. Uh-huh. Lots of them. Oh, wait, more than one yokai? Tinmataro happened to be among them. I don't know. I just don't know. All I know is the room was swimming in yokai. Kasha, Nurikabe, Sato Taisho, they were all there.
Well, this is an unexpected turn of events. We've gone from no yokai to a flood of them.
Oh, this is ludicrous. You would have this court listen to this delusional little scam's testimony.
Hold it!
Hold it! Your Honor, I believe her memory is simply clouded by fear. But a quick therapy session should ease her mind. With the court's permission, of course.
What a fabulous idea. Please proceed, Miss Sykes.
You sure you know what you're doing, Athena? She's obviously not herself. The trauma of discovering that crime scene and fear of testifying have her dazed and confused. A regular ball of confusion. But my analytical psychology-based approach should be able to help.
Any objections, Prosecutor Blackwell? Shall we let Miss Sykes proceed?
It makes no difference to me. Do as you will, but I doubt we shall get any viable testimony. She'd be better served by bearing witness to the sword skills I've forged in a distant land. I'll show you. Uh-oh, something fuzzy's happening, Athena. Did I see Tinmataro in the fox chamber? When I opened the door, I saw huge fear. Lots of fear. Oh, look at, well. Found something. It looks like an out-of-control emotion. Athena, what exactly are we looking at here? Oh, this? It's one of Widget's functions. Right here you can see images and emotions extracted from the witness's voice. Whoa! You know, that little thing can do all this? Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, I thought it was just some kid's toy. Unfortunately, all I'm getting is an overflow error right now. Tac overflow error. Too much sadness. Overflowing to happiness. See how sad is brightly lit there at the bottom left? She's under an uncontrollable amount of distress, which is masking her other emotions. It seems the sheer terror she experienced has made her a confused mess. So, All those yokai she thinks she saw are a product of rampant emotions? Yes, that's right. Her fear has instilled in her hallucinations and false memories. Seeing normal everyday objects as monsters in her mind. This is actually not entirely incorrect to reality. Trauma and memories are a wild thing, and this is why witness testimonies are useful, but not evidence, necessarily. It's a form of schizophrenic hallucination brought on by emotional trauma. This is kind of an extreme version of that. But Ace Attorney, if nothing, if not a witness simulator. And the trauma in Jinxie's case is fear. So she was and still is seeing ordinary objects as yokai. We'll have to find the root cause of her extreme fear before I can treat it. Now let's see. Apollo, can you point out the yokai on the Wheel of Fire? She seems particularly terrified of that one. Start by pressing probe. Next, point to what's causing Jinxie's out-of-control emotion. Finally hit probe again, X, to try and get to the heart of the matter. Okay, let's give this a try.
Got it!
Jinxie, what's the name for that yokai on a Wheel of Fire? That's Akasha, a yokai that steals the bodies of the recently deceased. I bet it came to steal the Aldermans. Almost creepy how well that fits the actual situation. Exactly, it's a form of hallucination where the patient can't see things for what they are. There must be something at the scene of the crime that she's mistaking for Akasha. Apollo, you need to point out what she thought was a yokai on a Wheel of Fire. Hold on, do I have another crime scene photo? I don't. Was there a chandelier in there? I think I know the answer now. Jinxie, that wasn't Akasha you saw. Could you have possibly mistaken this for Akasha?
Take that!
The light fixture? This one right here, as a flame design and is up on the ceiling. There was never a yokai on a Wheel of Fire. The Akasha you saw was just a light fixture. Info updated. Cool, cool, interesting. That's one memory back to normal. Nice job. Now you've got the hang of it. It should be a cinch to point out the rest. JC, what about this white wall-like monster? That's Narukabe. It's a wall monster that blocks your way or leads you astray. That's no yokai, Jinxie. It's a folding screen. And this raccoon dog isn't a Tanuki monster. Just the statue of one. And look, these are just coffee cups. And this right here is nothing more than a fox statue. I don't know what I was thinking. Went across the country and passed something like this. Like I said, fear especially is a very powerful emotion for messing up your memories. Because, like, especially, like, another problem that comes with trying to use memories in witnesses is that once they have an idea of what happened, that becomes stronger and stronger, and they kind of reassign, their memories kind of reassign, or they find new connections in their memories to make that stronger, even if the memories themselves are wrong or completely fabricated by accident. It was all just my eyes playing tricks on me. There weren't any yokai after all. See, a clear-cut statement. That's the power of my psychology and your intuition, Apollo. And just like we thought, there were never really any yokai in the fox Athena? Athena, I hate to burst your bubble. That's bad for us. Right, there never really were any yokai there. So the defense is asserting the exact opposite of their original assertion. Uh-oh. Oops. We done fucked up. Wait, Jinxie, what about the Tin Mataro? there wasn't anyone there dressed up as Tinmataro or any other yokai either. I remember it clearly now. You've gotta be joking! Uh-oh. The Fox Chamber. The air duct. Behind the door. There's a door open inward or outwards? To the Fox Chamber. Excuse me, inward. The folding screen! There's a folding screen? There's a folding screen? Hello? Folding screen? They could have been hiding. They could have been hiding. They could have been hiding. They were hiding. They were hiding. You couldn't see anything. Gotta be very quiet, very sneaky. She didn't see it. That doesn't mean he wasn't there. And that's enough ASMR for today. I think we just dug our own grave. Allow me to push you on in. That's the least I could do. No! Apollo, can I interrupt your freakout for just a minute? I'm still picking up some noise. It's an unexpected emotion. Does that mean Jinxie hasn't remembered everything yet? Exactly. We should be able to get something else out of her. I'll enter the new information we have and run an update. Be surprised by something. The alderman dead on the table, and Papa collapsed in a chair. Nobody else is there, and that includes Tinmataro. Wait, what am I supposed to do? Try to find the emotions that contradict your statements. So if I find a contradictory emotion, I should point it out? That's right, but it's not just contradictory emotions you should look out for. You should also keep an eye out for sudden changes in emotions' intensity. Her emotions might get stronger or weaker as you move from statement to statement. It's important to compare how the same emotion changes throughout the testimony. Contradictory emotions and change in intensity. Okay, I'll give it a shot. So at the moment, shock is small. Shock gets bigger. And then it takes over. And here, they're at equal levels. And then the fear takes over. No, they're equal here. Let's see here. Sorry, Maya.
Got it!
My apologies. The amount of fear you felt is rather low despite your legs having given out from fright. Could something have lessened your fear? Actually, I did experience a sudden burst of courage at that moment. Did? Where did it come from? Let me think. Oh, it was Mama. I suddenly felt as if she was there with me. Okay, I'll enter a sudden bit of courage. Now let's see. Look! What happened? What did you see? Apollo, the noise is all gone. Jinxie seems to have remembered everything now. You have something new for us. Bye-bye. Bye, Widget! A sudden burst of courage. Now where could that have come from? Jinxie, was there something that gave you a sudden burst of courage? Yes, there was. But, I realized I had done something naughty when I thought about it later. Any idea what could have given Jinxie that courage? Well, there is one piece of evidence that comes to mind. I wonder if she saw something like it at the scene of the crime. Jinxie, did your sudden burst of courage have anything to do with this?
Take that!
You didn't happen to see a nine-tailed flower there at the scene, did you? The demon lawyer strikes again? I can't hide anything from you. I found a small case with a picture of a nine-tailed flower on it. I liked it so much I kept it. You what? You can't remove evidence from a crime scene? Technically, it wasn't a crime scene yet. I mean, it was, but it wasn't.
That's right, young lady. Removing evidence is a big no-no. Now, the witness will produce said evidence this instant.
Sorry.
It does seem to be some sort of case. Oh look, something just slid out. It appears to be a key.
Might I have a look, Your Baldness? This is none other than the master key to Cuby Manor.
Are you certain of this, Prosecutor Blackquill?
It matches the serial number of the key that went missing after the murder. Master key? That went missing? Oh, I don't like the sound of that. Our little scamp here has stumbled upon an article of unimaginable consequence. That's a little melodramatic, don't you think? Heed these words, for I shall say them but once. The sole key to the fox chamber has been in this little scamp's constant possession. Ergo, she was the sole person who could use it before, during, and after the murder. When did she say she took it? But no, she took it after the murder, not before. Which leaves the master key as the only other key that could have opened the chamber. Oh wait, no, she did have the only other one. But this master key was found in a room that had been locked by this girl. Uh-oh. And your point is? Until Jinxie Tinma opened the fox chamber with her key, the room had been locked tight from the outside world, and there was no one else in there save the victim and his killer. Once again, we have both an air duct and also a folding screen. I trust you have figured it out before yourself by now. A killer other than Mayor Tinma himself would be utterly inconceivable. I don't know, I have a pretty good imagination. I like to think that I can conceive of many things.
Objection!
Thank you, Athena. I love you. How could this happen? Ugh. Objection!
The defense's assistant will refrain from growling her frustrations.
Athena, are you alright? I know Mertin was innocent, but there's nothing we can do. This sucks. This sucks. Sykes, Dono, allow me to put you out of your misery. Which word specifically? Inconceivable or objection? Because I feel like the word that you're thinking of that they use a lot, that doesn't mean what they think it means is objection. Which they definitely don't use it the way that it actually means, but it's fine. I decline your offer. Abandon your client and your misplaced faith in him. Let the relief of a clear head and a clean conscience come rushing in. That will make the inevitable guilty verdict far easier to accept. Have I ever seen The Princess Bride? Don't roast me. Don't roast me. I know the quote. I know the quote. I have not seen The Princess Bride. Don't hurt me. I know I do, but I'm a forgetful son of a bitch. Great, now he's playing Simon Says with us. Well, he's not going to fool us with his stupid mind games. Whatever. Anyways. We should totally host a watch party for that movie? Yeah, I was literally thinking that. I'm like, if I can find it, we should easily be able to watch that. I might do that. Maybe I'll do that tonight. We'll figure it out later. Possibly. They're also doing so. And later. Plans, later. Athena, don't fall for his tricks. No, I'm the one who's dazed and confused. I can't even think straight. Well, do what I do. Think gay. Always think gay. Very important. Or at least bi. Bi, pan, gay, demi, ace. Don't have to think straight. There are plenty of other options. Hey, are you alright? She fell right into his trap. Now, I suggest you make a mad dash from the courtroom and into the wild blue yonder. Only by running shall your mind be cleared and your conscience cleansed. Alright, I'll be back in 10. Objection! Stay with me, Athena. Only yourself be twisted by that samurai. Apollo?
Mr. Justice, I heard the word objection, but what is it you object to?
Huh? Oh, right. I object to him trying to control my assistant? That objection was more of a reflex than anything else. I was hoping something would come to me while I was trying to stop Athena.
The court is waiting, Mr. Justice, though as it stands now, I'll be forced to declare your client guilty and your legal skills suspect if this is it. Now, do you have anything that could overturn the prosecution's case?
Well, actually I do. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. Apollo, you do have something more than your cords of steel, don't you? Not really, but we'll be fine. But I've got absolutely nothing. That's never stopped me before. Every single attorney in these games is just like, well, we're completely screwed. We're fucked. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm a terrible lawyer. Who will let me pass the bar exam? But I'm gonna keep trying anyways, and oh look, somehow we did it. I have to explain how the real killer could have escaped in that locked room, because it's all over if I don't. Apollo, this calls for a new approach. Try to think outside the box. Okay, done. Or in this case, inside the box. And what a doozy that locked room is, too. It's really not that locked of a locked room. It's gonna be real. There's a window. There's an air duct. There's the fox chamber. There's like the hidden room. There's a folding screen.
Well, Mr. Justice, do you have anything that can counter the prosecution's argument?
You bet I do. The real killer must have escaped from the locked room one way or another. And if you can point your finger and say objection well enough, then that's how you get your badge. Watch me. I'm gonna go pass the bar exam right now. Objection. See, I just did it. Objection. See, just did it again. Look at all these badges I have piling up because I just keep doing it so properly. They conjecture shall only earn you a taste of my blade, Justice Dono. Time to do or die, literally.
The defense will now explain how it would be possible to escape the locked room.
You sure about this, Apollo? Can you really explain what happened? Nah, I'm fine. We just need to think this whole escaping a locked room thing over again from the beginning. So, let's see. If the killer had escaped, how could they have done so? The choices are pretty limited. The room has a window, but it doesn't open wide enough for anyone to get through, and there's a sheer cliff outside. As for the air vent, it's up too high, and there's nothing you could stand on to reach it. And needless to say, the forbidden chamber wouldn't open no matter what we did, so that's out. So in other words, I'm 100% right. It's purely... Hey, the moment you open the door, see what's happening? She runs out and would not have looked behind the folding screen. The forbidden chamber wouldn't open no matter what we did, so that's out. Yeah, that's why we gotta keep the solution simple. Like they say, simple is best. In other words, the answer is... there was someone in there. They didn't escape before she walked in. They did not escape a locked room. There was no locked room scenario that they escaped from. That's the simple answer. We need to rule out all of the absolutely impossible escape routes. Then whatever's left just might lead us to how the fox chamber was compromised. The defense proposes that the killer escaped through here. The front door. Just straight up through the door.
The hallway door? Well, yes, I suppose that would be the only way out.
It would appear you've already forgotten. The only available key until Jinxie Tenma came on scene was within that locked room. How would one exit the fox chamber and then lock it without a key, huh? I have an answer to this. I should have seen this coming. Remember, Apollo, keep it simple. Simple. I could understand if the killer had exited the room with the key, but...
Well, Mr. Justice, prosecution has some fine Japanese steel waiting unless you explain yourself quickly.
I'm fine! I can explain myself. The reason the fox chamber's hallway door was locked was because... the perp locked it from outside? No, Tenma locked it from inside. Mayor Tenma locked himself after the killer fled the... That's not... Okay, when you said Tenma, I thought you meant Tenma Taro, not Tenma. Fuck. No, that's not the answer I wanted to give. I'll take the penalty on that. I blame you. I would blame the game. I'm gonna blame the game for being unclear. Boo on you. Not my fault. Only fingerprints belong to the alderman. That's fine. Whatever. So either he locked it from outside, or it locked on its own. Do we know that it locks on its own? We don't know either of these things. Maybe the door okay, that's fair. Alright. I don't like that I did this a little bit. None of this are what my ideas were. What if the room was locked from the outside? In other words, the killer took the key through the hallway door, then locked... Consider this. The master key was found inside the tightly locked fox chamber. Any assertion that the key was removed from that room is a blatant contradiction of fact. Exiting the room before locking the door would require taking the key outside, but the key was found inside the room, which does seem like a contradiction. If only we can explain both, like how the key could be inside the room and be used to lock the door from outside.
Well, let's see if the defense can respond before Prosecutor Blackwell draws his sword. Quite the room being locked tight.
Either threw it in from outside or slipped it in when the door was opened, but I guess threw it from the outside? What if someone threw it into the room from outside? You know, something like the hallway door, lock the room, and then toss the key back through the window? That would explain how the master key could be locked inside the room. Then where would you throw it from? There's a cliff. Oh, right, it was a cliff. Throwing the key in from there is an impossibility. Oh, right. I'm doing really bad. I'm doing really bad. From someone other than the window. The air vent? Could the key have been tossed in through somewhere other than the window?
Take that!
Through the air vent, maybe?
The air vent?
Oh, good, the music stopped. I'm gonna take that as a good sign. The window may not be out, maybe out of the question, but the air vent's not. Oh, that's right. The fox chamber's air duct leads out into the hallway. Right. The real killer entered the air duct from the vent outside the fox chamber, then dropped the key into the room through the vent inside the chamber. That's preposterous. That's preposterous. Oh, that explains how the key got in there after it was used to lock the door perfectly.
Mr. Justice, I'm afraid I'm a bit confused.
Don't worry. I'll explain it so even your honor... Okay, now I understand what happened. This son of a bitch locked the door, went into the air vent, crawled through, dropped the key, dropped down, killed the alderman, got in the Tenma costume, hid behind the screen, and then ran out after she went to go call the police. First, the real killer disguised as Tenma murdered the alderman in the fox chamber. Then they fled the room through the hallway duct door and locked it. Next, they entered the air duct from the vent outside in the hallway. Finally, the killer tossed the key into the room through the vent in the ceiling there. Alright, you know what? That also would have worked. All that was left to do after that was go back through the duct and flee the manor. And that's when he was spotted. Well, Your Honor, could that be any clearer?
Amazing! Even I could follow that.
The judge seems really pleased. This explains everything. The real killer was someone dressed up like Tin Mataro. And there was someone else other than the mayor and the alderman in that room. It looks like that lawyer has beaten the jailbird prosecutor. Whoa, that was a total turnabout. That massive forehead of his seems so much more attractive now. What was that last one?
Order! Order, I say!
Now that I proved a possible third party, I don't see how our client could be guilty. Silence. A valiant effort, Justice Dono, but your final thrust missed its mark. Huh? Both that little scamp and the tricksy Tanuki saw the yokai after it left the room. But then what? Did that irksome yokai simply go through the foyer and waltz right out the front door? That's exactly what happened. The killer fled from the— Yeah! But that is impossible, without being spotted by the foyer's security camera, that is. The electric eye here would have captured any pesky little yokai trying to escape. However, there is no sign of Tin Mataro anywhere in the security footage. What? Save for the foyer entrance, there is no other way to flee the manor, is there? I don't feel so good. Hold it! Oh wait, I believe there is one other way to escape beside the foyer entrance. There's a large window in the foyer. It's possible to escape through there without being seen by the security camera. Hey, you're right!
Silence.
Must I point out every crucial detail to the defense? It seems you lack not only brains, but investigative prowess to boot. That is the cliffside of the manor. The only killer escaping that way would be a dead one. Except for this part. No! Wait, so the killer didn't escape out the foyer window? What the heck, right? I suppose your next proposal is the killer sprouted wings and flew off into the sunset. I mean, yes and no? Maybe? That would mean the killer really was a yokai. If only we had some sort of evidence that could point to a flying killer. If only the woodpecker cries. Bark on the tree was as soft as the skies. They're saying we don't. As completely far-fetched as it might be. What? We're interrogating the parrot again. Bring it back. What game was that in? Was that 2 or 3? You're saying you can prove the killer could fly? It was in the first game? What case was that? What case was the parrot? I remember putting a parrot on trial. Well, the parrot wasn't on trial. I remember putting the parrot on the... It was the last one? What was the last one? The one... Merry Christmas? Oh, I thought I was the one with the cords of steel. Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas! Haven't heard that song in a long time. I haven't heard that song in a long time either. It's just one of those situations of... Sorry, 1 second. Okay. No, I still think about that song every now and then.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
Your Honor?
What evidence do you have that the killer flew away?
This one? Take a look at this special edition paper. Tin Mataro, real or flight of fancy?
Tin Mataro, real or flight of fancy? What does this article prove, Mr. Justice?
The photo in that article was taken shortly after the murder. Maybe the yokai in that photo was the killer shortly after they fled out of the window?
Well, Mr. Justice, you're not seriously suggesting...
Oh, I'm serious. I mean, it all adds up. The killer, disguised as Tin Mataro, flew away. You know, by some way or another.
Silence.
Silence. It is your brain that has flown the coop. That image is not but trick photography or some other form of artifice. Okay, then how about the Tin Mataro figure Mr. Filch saw that just vanished into thin air? No, there's a rational, common-sense explanation for that. That infernal yokai our Trixie Tanuki witness never reached the entrance. He, or should I say she, turned back before the camera's electric eye. She? Oh, I don't like where this is going one bit. Oh, he's about to say that it's her, that it was her. He's gonna say that Jinxie put on the suit, lied about being, in order to get the stuff, in order to prove her dad's innocence or something. Now, the fact that we know the yokai had come from the Fox Chamber, bye beast, we'll see you later, means that it was likely either Mayor Damien Tenma or his daughter, Jinxie Tenma. However, we know that Mayor Tenma was already unconscious at that time. Hey, there was someone else there that we haven't talked about. Not good. Not good at all. Do you understand the gravity of the situation now, Justice Dono? Excuse you, there was one other person in that building that day? The falsified yokai remains. And the appearance of Tenmataro were the work of one individual. And that individual is none other than Jinxie Tenma. Uh-oh. Have you looked at this girl? I don't see the logic in that. Look at her. She's the most scared. This girl couldn't, like, deceive a fly. Like, a child could see through her if she was trying to lie. And an old lady who was blind and deaf.
The defense will stop competing for the greatest freakout ever.
The little scamp was, no doubt, simply trying to protect her father. And it's no wonder that her superstitious mind conjured up this mad masquerade.
Prosecutor Blackwell's assertion makes perfect sense to me. It's far more convincing than saying the killer escaped by flying out the window.
Did you truly believe this could end any other way? Yes. Did we fall right into his trap? What do we do now, Apollo? Our case no longer stands without a real yokai. Oh, if only we had one. Does he count? Does he count as a yokai? Can we pass him off as one? Bailiff, Caesar! It is time I interrogated her as the samurai of Yorewood. Nope. Illegal? Stop that. Hussein called it. Was that me? Was that Apollo? Oh, it's Tenma.
Hold it!
Mayor Tenma? This farce is over. How does it feel seeing your own daughter accused of a cover-up most foul?
Tenmataro's true identity is...
Now, Mr. Mayor, it would be futile at this point to claim you were the yokai. After all, you had been knocked out cold by the blow to the skull. Slipping into a yokai costume and roaming about the manor would be all but impossible. Consider this well. As it stands, your daughter will be arrested for obstruction of justice. But if you confess, the prosecution would be willing to overlook her little yokai farce.
You bastard. You fucking cocksucking bitch. Confess? The defendant intends to confess?
Wait! Apollo! Prosecutor Blackwell's up to his mind games again. Tenma, no! Don't fall for his twisted words. If you're sent away for murder, Jinxie will be left all alone.
The real killer is...
Mayor Tenma's going to confess unless we do something. But I can't prove how the real killer could have flown away.
Call! Look upon me and despair, for ripe is the time for my return.
Huh? Uh-oh. I should watch what I wish for. Uh-oh. Hello?
Caw! Foolish mortals! I am Tenmataro, the yokai you seek.
Mayor Tenma?
Silence! I am Tenmataro, freed from the bonds binding me to the Forbidden Chamber. Behold the return of the Demon King!
What the... Demon King?
Well then, I think it's time for me to... take a vacation! Off we go! You all enjoy the rest of this trial without me. The witness will... he will explain himself. Are you saying you're Tinmataro, the yokai we've been chasing this whole time?
Indeed, it is I, Tinmataro, the one whom you seek, come to reveal the truth. This child is Tinmataro, you say? Ha! What nonsense! So, I need to be careful about this voice. Mayor Tinma is a yokai now? Caw, caw! His body is now mine.
So you're saying that Mertinma is being possessed by you?
Here's the thing. My initial instinct says he's lying for one purpose or another in order to help save his daughter. For whatever reason, I don't know. For what other reason, I don't know. However, this is not the first time we put a ghost on the witness stand. This is not the first time a ghost has been on the witness stand. It might be the last. It's definitely not the first. It's also probably not the last. This is entirely possible. That's the weird thing. This is 100% canonically within Ace Attorney possible to be completely legit. I can't rule out that it's not.
And that the yokai that Jinxie Tinma and Phineas Flip saw, and the one captured in the newspaper photo, those were all you?
The accursed power of these warding charms prevents me from revealing my true form. I do love this spread here of Apollo and Athena, both like, what the fuck is going on here? Excuse me? Hello? Doubtful that you can, but excited that you might. I feel like that's a reference to something. Your baldness. Can this not be interpreted as an admission of guilt?
Well, a confession by a yokai would be quite unprecedented.
Yeah, by technicality, yes, this is unprecedented, but only the yokai part. If you say a ghost, that's a little bit different. Be that as it may, the defense's case has been overturned. Huh? What? You claim the yokai that little scamp saw was some third party, the true killer. The one who escaped from the locked fox chamber. But it was the accused all along. Ugh! Ironic, is it not? Your yokai turned out to be real in a manner of speaking. For the alderman's killer is none other than Mayor Tinma. And the yokai at the scene? That too was Mayor Tinma. Or should I say, our dear Tinmataro. The pieces have all fallen into place. Also, Prosecutor Blackwell, it seems I must spell it all out for you. Mayor Tinma killed the alderman in the fox chamber, which was locked at the time. He then removed the warding charms from the forbidden chamber's door, but then fell unconscious from the blow the alderman had delivered to his head. That's when his daughter Jinxie Tinma stumbled on the scene of the crime. The little scamp fled in terror, whereupon the spirit of Tinmataro, freed at last from the charm's warding effect, took possession of the mayor. The newly free Tinmataro then fled from the fox chamber. So you see, the yokai Jinxie Tinma saw was your father possessed by Tinmataro.
Objection!
But when we arrived on the scene, the mayor was found unconscious. How's that possible if he was supposed to have flown at the foyer window? Then what? Do you mean to say the maid of QB Manor, Jinxie Tinma, was Tinmataro? Oh. Ah! Again, there was someone else in it. Crawl, crawl! That too is
easily explained. Flew about for a time did I, but presently tired, I made it for the forbidden chamber. But alas, exhaustion took me unawares in the fox chamber, and I knew no more.
It would seem the pieces are still in place. Is Blackwell up to his tricks again?
I don't know what to say. Is the defendant a real alive?
So that rumor about Mayor Tinma is true? I knew yokai were real. I mean, he really did kill the alderman just so we could release Tinmataro?
Order! Order!
Now he's got everyone in the courtroom believing in yokai. And Simon Says on steroids. He wants to convict our clients any way he can, even if it means blaming a yokai. The proverbial ducks are all in a row. You should now have no qualms about finding the accused guilty, your baldness. Again, Was there not an extra person in this building that no one's talking about? Where was Florent LaBelle?
This is one of the most bizarre cases in my entire career. One we haven't seen in, about 8 years exactly. Otherworldly, in fact. Can yokai even be prosecuted under our legal system?
Objection!
Mayor Tenma just pretending to be Tenmataro to protect his daughter. Plus, I already proved how a third party could have escaped from the locked room. A verdict at this point would be premature.
Since both sides have raised valid points, I have no choice but to...
This is the dark age of the law where defense attorneys are not to be trusted. This is but a ploy to gain time for them to fabricate evidence. How will I sleep tonight? Knowing you will not let the sun rise on the mayor's day of reckoning, Justice Dono. You accuse me? That's a big accusation you're giving me there, Blackquill. Saying I'm going to fabricate evidence. What the fuck? Horrible. Horrible. Slander. Or is it libel? No, it's slander. Libel's printed. Slander is spoken. This is slander. How dare you?
Objection!
Objection. I won't fabricate any evidence.
Silence.
Silence. Then prove it by joining me. It for dinner tonight? I don't know. Untying the clink will ensure you will not succumb to contagion. Oh. I didn't know you were so forward, Mr. Blackwell. I'm getting a little bit flustered here. I wasn't expecting a proposition quite so forceful and direct and public. My word, you have no shame, sir. I want to come to contagion of false evidence, but maybe some other temptation? Actually, no, I kind of hate you. You're kind of a dick. How about I just promise not to succumb to anything? We have both evidence and a confession. The killer is the yokai before us. It is beyond dispute. A guilty verdict is all but... What's wrong with him?
Prosecutor Blackquill, we've had enough of your hijinks. The foundation of justice is fair play, and you are in serious violation of that.
What in the devil was that? Fulbright! Have you tampered with my shackles in some manner?
It seems you found that quite shocking. It's my special Jolt of Justice device. Each press is a shocking reminder to behave.
You shall pay for this. I, Simon Blackwell, vow to...
Your Honor, you need not fear now. I believe Prosecutor Blackwell will remain on his best behavior.
I'm sorry, where was this when he broke his shackles? I mean, that is a human rights violation, but also, where was this when he broke out of his shackles, when he drew his sword a dozen times, and when his hawk was attacking people? I'm pretty sure it drew blood. Look at me, I'm bleeding. A bit late with the reassurances, aren't we, Detective?
Well, in that case... Well, this concludes today's deliberations. The prosecution and defense will use this opportunity to further their investigations.
Don't you say it.
Hi, Mark. Hi, Raiders. Hello, hello. Mark, oh my god, you were streaming? I'm shooketh. Welcome back. How was Hades? I hope you enjoyed it and have fun. Oh yes, you know what? I'll do a quick introduction. Thanks for the raid. For those who don't, what happened to my computer over here? I will give you a shout out for Mark as well. Go follow Mark. Did I do it right? I did it right. Hello, y'all. For those just joining me, I am Marika. You can also call me Akamaru. Either one's fine. I'm your humble little robot VTuber. I'm out here playing anything and everything that I want. Mainly a lot of visual novels, now that I think about it. Interesting how that just keeps happening. I like them. They're fun. We're in the middle of some Ace Attorney where, you know, someone's on trial for murder. And we have to play detective. I mean lawyer. I mean both. I mean neither. Weird. But it's fun.
This courtroom is adjourned.
You have joined us just in time for some more investigations to happen. But thank you for the raid, Mark. if you gotta go, gotta get some food or get some water or whatnot, I understand. Go take care of yourself. Having a yokai testify in court is unprecedented to say the least. Again, only technically. Depends on if you consider a ghost a yokai. Because if you do, then this is not unprecedented. Where is Phoenix Wright to tell us about the time that he put his ex-girlfriend's ghost on trial? That's a real thing that happened. I am Tenma Taro, the yokai you seek. How can such a straight-laced man like Mr. Tenma suddenly become a demon? Yeah, it's strange. Even worse, Prosecutor Blackhole was playing along. I can't even think straight anymore. I need to go out for a run. See you in a bit. Hi, Athena. Wait, what about the investigation? Alright. We'll have Trucy with us. She's good. Whoa, Trucy, welcome back. Oh, you're in your stage outfit. That can work. Athena, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. She never takes that off. I think it's the only outfit she owns. Yep, I really nailed the new magic trick I've been working on. I also heard about those tricks that were conjured up in court earlier today. You know, the demon out of nowhere trick and Polly's tightrope style defense trick. Hello, sister. I was seriously considering a disappearing act of all my own after all that craziness. Anyway, our next trick is to find a suspect other than the mayor. Him. It's him. He did it. Kick his ass. I know the killer must have used the air duct in their escape. And whoever did that was the Tenma Taro that Mr. Filch and Jinxie saw. Right, maybe there's some evidence in the air duct. The real fight starts right now. Hey, before you go, let me make the evidence you no longer need disappear. The magic panties. 3, 2, 1, ta-da! Unnecessary evidence has disappeared into Trucy's magic panties to be revealed later. They'll come back up in a magic show. We once had to hunt down those magic panties. They were stolen, and we found them in a car. Exhaust pipe. I wonder where all that stuff goes. Okay, let's go to the scene of the crime. Vamonos, Apollo, vamonos! April 18th, QB Manor. Fox Chamber. Detective Fulbright, mind if we search the air duct?
Well, since you really are on the side of justice, I suppose I can let you. Plus, my own sense of justice has been called into doubt, so...
Wonder if he's been like this ever since the trial. Well, his sense of justice has been beaten to a pulp. Mostly by me. Got beaten bloody. It'll probably take a while for him to recover. I sort of feel bad for him, but we have work to do. Let's go get the evidence we need. The air duct is the key. We know the Tenma Taro impersonator used it to make an escape. Not gonna ask? Magic, obviously. You need any other reason? She just knows. She always knows. Sure, she knows all. She's a genius. After murdering the alderman, the killer left the fox chamber through the hallway door. Then, after locking the door from the outside, the killer entered the air duct in the hallway. Finally, the killer dropped the key into the fox chamber through the air vent. Then went back through the air duct and fled the manor. That's how the illusion of no one entering or leaving the locked room was created. If the killer passed through the air duct, maybe we'll find some evidence there. Yeah, maybe some black feathers or something like that. Well, here's our vent. It's awfully high up. Don't worry, I brought a stepladder. Happy hunting! How nice of her to volunteer me for the job. Oh, it's pitch black in here. Well, here goes nothing. Why didn't we just use the entrance? Cough, cough. Wheeze and sputter. Oh, there's a thick layer of dust in here. Ugh. I don't get it. Find anything? Yikes! Apollo, what happened? You're covered in dust. Yeah, dust. Lots of dust. So what'd you find? You know, a dust collects on something when nobody uses it for a long time. Yeah, like Mr. Wright's desk back at the office. Alright, that's fucking funny. Right. You think it'd be possible to crawl over that sort of dust without leaving a trail? I seriously doubt it. Oh, wait, you're not suggesting no one's gone through that duct lately? Also, why did we need the step ladder? If we are suggesting that they went through the air duct from the hallway, then couldn't we have just gone over there and seen if that was even possible? Kinda looks that way. And if that's true, Mayor Tinma is going to be fingered as the killer. Don't finger the mayor. Not without his consent. But we don't turn things around quickly.
In justice we trust!
Okay, I guess he's back.
Sorry, Mr. Justice, but it seems your justice was not the most just after all. It just is that your justice is not just. Is it? It is my sense of justice that has prevailed.
Ugh. Detective Fulbright sure seems chipper all of a sudden. Ugh. I'm back to my all devastated self.
Oh, come on, where's that never say die spirit? Bring it on, Mr. Lawyer Man, bring it on.
Let me suffer in peace.
Justice prevails once more.
It's not over yet, and besides, kicking someone they're down is what bad guys do.
Are you calling me a bad guy? Me, Bobby Fulbright, champion of justice.
I almost read that as Booby Fulbright. I almost read that as Booby. He does have a bit of titty. He is a bit big-chested. Then how about some information on the investigation? We need some help here.
Information about the investigation? Alright, but I won't have you calling me a bad guy ever again, understood?
We did it, Apollo. Yeah, but how long can we keep this up? I can't believe Prosecutor Blackwell would stoop that low. I mean, to pinning the blame on a yokai? He really wants a conviction at all costs. He'd give a yokai a run for its money when she's mad.
Yes, well, I have him writing a self-reflective essay as we speak.
I doubt that'll teach him anything. He'll probably just write "daughter" 1,000 times.
That whole yokai business is most likely a ploy to win a conviction. Truth is, Professor Blackwell believes Jinxie Tinma planted that yokai stuff. Planted in an effort to protect her father, the real killer.
Yeah, right. I'd like to see him prove it.
Well, calm down. He doesn't have any direct evidence, but we did find this.
The staff. Are there fingerprints on it? The answer's probably no.
It was at the base of the cliff just outside Kyubi Manor.
Wait, that isn't the staff Timitaro was supposedly carrying, is it?
The one and only. Miss Tinma no doubt tossed it over the cliff when she was done.
No way! Well, what about prints?
Nope, no prints. But if she was wearing a costume, there wouldn't be any anyway.
Well, prints or no prints, it's not going to work in our favor. Sounds like the staff might have belonged to the mansion. But if that's the case, then where in the mansion did Tinmataro get it from? And why? That's my big question, is why? Why the staff? Did Professor Blackwell figure out that the victim was the Amazing Ninetales?
He did indeed. He's a sharp one, all right. He figured it out while investigating the municipal merger and the victim's past. The Amazing Ninetales sparked the yokai craze and worked against the merger. And Mayor Damien Tinma is the corrupt politician who murdered that great hero. The Amazing Ninetales fans were so angry, they even tried to storm the detention center.
I don't blame them. I mean, their favorite masked wrestling hero was murdered. They must have been shocked when they found out what happened. Speaking of which, isn't Jinxie also a fan of the Amazing Ninetales? A wrestler's mask is more precious than his own life. He never unmasks himself in front of others. But there are matches where wrestlers battle for the right to remove each other's masks. To have your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer. That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself. She spoke with a passion that only a fan could appreciate. We want to become fans ourselves and go protest in front of the prison. What? No! Did you forget that Mayor Tinema is not only Jinxie's father, but our client? Oh yeah.
You be careful now. You're defeating the most hated man in history. I just hope you don't find yourself on the wrong end of a figure 4 leg lock.
I am not defeating the most hated mayor in history. That honor belongs to some real-life political figures that I don't want to talk about. Maybe I should wear a mask to hide my identity. Are there any other new developments we should know?
Now that you mention it, our suspect is suffering partial memory loss, but he did manage to remember something.
He did? What did he say?
He said he didn't want to speak with us. His exact words were, "I am under no obligation to speak with you mortals," and other things of that nature.
I wonder what Mayor Tinma remembered.
Too bad you can't go ask him now, because Prosecutor Blackwell's busy questioning him.
Again, I'm his lawyer. I'm his lawyer? I'm his lawyer. Should a lawyer not be present for the questioning? That feels like a thing that we should be there for.
I know. Why don't you wait down at the playground with the rest of the kids?
I'm gonna smack you upside the head so hard. What now, Apollo? How about regrouping back to the agency? Good idea. We might get some words of wisdom out of Mr. Wright while we're there. Hello, Phoenix. Are you here? Maybe I'll go read over some past cases. And I'll go do some research on exorcisms. Hey, what's with you guys? You seem bummed out. How should I put this? It's like we're at the edge of a cliff and the only way is down. In other words, business as usual, right? I mean, do you have to be so correct? Yeah, I suppose so. Except this time it's like we're bound and gagged, too. And not in the sexy way. Don't forget blindfolded with our ears plugged up. Ooh, and monsters at every turn, huh? Sounds rough. Hey, Apollo. Oh, and Athena's here too. Mr. Wright! How goes the investigation, Apollo? Athena? I think it's safe to say that things have gotten hairier than before. Really? What happened? It's our dear Phoenix Wright, in the 3D flash. Hello, sir. You're looking a little bit older and tired. Good to see you aging a little bit. So sorry you lost 7 years of your life. Oh, you had Trucy, so you're fine. I was watching the two of you this morning from the gallery. It was one tough day in court, to say the least. But no, I've never had to defend a yokai before. The business about the locked room was another major hurdle. Yeah, and on top of that, Jinxie was accused of being an accomplice. But at least you figured out how someone could have escaped that locked room. And we just found out that our reasoning might be a tad flawed. Oh, really? Well, that's bad news. How are we going to get out of this one? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. Force a smile? Yeah, my mentor taught me that. Back when I was still learning the trade. And before she died. And her little sister was, you know, accused of the murder. And I had to be her client. Hi, Maya, welcome. Oh, we have to do ooh-oo. Ooh-oo. Ooh-oo? Ooh-oo. Is this a new thing that Trucy's trying to... This is a new thing that Trucy's been trying to teach me. I go ooh-oo. She also taught me to return to the basics whenever I got stuck. Return to the basics? That's right. Always believe in your clients, no matter what happens. That is a lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon. The basics. Always believe in your clients, huh? So, Mr. Wright, how long have you known Athena? I met her during a trip to Europe. Huh? You were in Europe? Why haven't I heard about this before?
Yeah, I went there a few times to study the various legal systems over there.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I thought you worked as a pianist after you quit practicing law.
I did, but an old friend of mine needed help with some legal work from time to time, so...
Oh, I guess you were never very far from the courtroom then. It was like fate brought us together. It's thanks to Mr. Wright that I became a lawyer at all.
What? I knew she was lawyer material from the moment I met her. I have high hopes for her ability to analyze people's emotions.
Oh, it's nothing special. You have 666 channel points. You have to no, you have to wait till you get to 69 exactly, or 6969. And then after that, you have to keep going till you hit 420,000. Also, you need to use those channel points. Maybe I've underestimated that analytical psychology of hers. I thought that my special ability could help defend innocent people. Then I had to do everything in my power to bring it to the courtroom. That's when I really started hitting the books hard.
So amazed she actually became a lawyer. And at the tender age of 18, no less.
Oh, that's almost superhuman. Or personal, like she's trying to help somebody she knows. Alright, I'm totally pumped up after talking to you, Mr. Wright. It's like you said, the worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles.
And don't forget to return to the basics whenever you get stuck.
Believing in my client. Right. Mr. Wright?
Yeah?
I'm going to go visit our client again. I think that's a good idea. Alright, time to see what's new down at the detention center. Hello, Mr. Tenma? Mr. Yokai? Mind if we have a chat? Mayor Tenma, we wanted to talk to you about something.
Kashaw!
Huh?
Caw, caw! So, my minions have returned.
Apollo, he still thinks he's a yokai. Okay, I don't think he's faking it anymore. He could, unless it's just a really good act.
I wonder if we'll ever be able to talk to Mayor Tenma again. Silence, peddler of the legal trade! Free me from these imprisoning walls with great haste!
Wow, he's sounding more and more like a real demon with every sentence. I'm starting to wonder if we should even be helping him with his freedom.
Oh, we can't let Mayor Tenma stay possessed, you know what I mean? If you can clear me of these charges, I shall help in whatever manner I may. Now ask of me what you will!
I suppose it's worth a shot. What do you know about this?
Let me take a look at this. An offering to me. Quite admirable. But the best thing you could offer me is to win me my freedom. Caw! Caw!
Right, I'll do my best. I was just curious if there were any special lines. It doesn't seem like there are.
Ages has it been since I've seen that. We often battled it out like this back in the day.
I've been meaning to ask, which one of you was stronger?
Caw! Caw! That would be me, of course. For I am the demon lord of the yokai. Kashaw!
Yeah, but the nine-tailed fox imprisoned you and Athena! Don't encourage him. It's already hard enough as it is. Oh, I just wanted to find out which one was really the strongest. Were those feathers and tracks at the scene of the crime really your doing?
Indeed, the remnants of Tenmataro, king of the underworld they be. The day when I once again dominate the moral world is at hand. Caw! 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 Caw!
The prosecution claims the feathers and tracks were planted by Jinxie.
What's this? I must breach these walls and go defend my little Jinxie at once.
Huh? Mayor Tenma, is that you?
Well now, Damien appears to still reside within this body. But I should have expected as much from a descendant of mine. Be silent now, Damien!
I guess a little thing like Demonica's possession won't stop a father's love for his daughter. Never, of course not. Never has and it never shall. You didn't kill Alderman Cubey, did you? I have killed no one. The remnants of my presence have been misconstrued. The murderer is not I. For if I had slain that mortal, raging hellfire would have consumed him, leaving naught but ash. I need to change up his voice. That's a little bit rough. I think we go deeper. So you're saying there must have been somebody else there? Come to think of it, the mayor had mentioned that he'd been clubbed with this statue. I'd better ask about this too. Detective Fulbright mentioned that you might have something new to tell me. Indeed, I have. I regurgitated this key but a short while ago. I'm sorry, did you say regurgitated? As in, you threw it up?
Behold, the key to the Forbidden Chamber.
Whoa! Is regurgitation one of your demonic powers too?
Bah! I do not waste my powers on such parlor tricks. Take the key from the killer, did Damien, whereupon he swallowed it. He sought for the killer entry to the Forbidden Chamber.
So he wanted to keep it shut tight?
But no fingerprint shall you find upon that key, especially on after the stomach acid.
How do you know that? Wait, is that another one of your demonic powers then?
Foolish mortal! You would have me, Tenmataro, act as some asinine alchemist? I would ask the jailer and my will was done. Quite eagerly, I must add. Caw, 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 caw! Always an honor to serve, your malevolence.
Okay, a part of my brain is saying that I really hope this is real. Guess not the only one he scares the living daylight out of. This is so hilarious. I love this. Can we ask how you use this key? We couldn't find a keyhole anywhere in or around the door.
Curse that infernal door. But if I had known its manner of opening, long ago would I have made my return.
He has a point there. Maybe Jinxie knows something about how the whole thing works. Well, I guess we're going back to the Vale? Okay, not you. Okay, not you.
To the chamber!
Oh, right, you. Never mind. I walk in, I walk out. Where is... Are we not done here? We did the talking.
What, might I ask, is that?
The statue was found on the scene. Someone hit Mayor Tinma over the head with it. It had been wrapped in a large cloth before the alderman's murder.
Let me see whether Damien knows about such a thing. Yes. Something wrapped in just such a cloth does he recall. A secret gift from Alderman Cuby, it would seem. He, however, had not a chance to see it till now, for the cloth did conceal it.
Maybe the cloth fell off or was removed after the mayor was struck.
Of that, Damien does not know.
A secret gift? Interesting. Maybe Jinxie knows something about it. I should question him about the blackmail letter, too. Let's see what he says when I show it to him. Hi, excuse me, can you tell me about this?
Why, this is that accursed blackmail letter that was sent to Damien.
Apparently, somebody slipped into the alderman's pocket. We believe someone, probably the killer, stole it from Mayor Tinma's briefcase. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
Caw, caw, caw. You have questions, do you? Very well, ask away, mortal.
Who placed this in the alderman's pocket?
Very few were they who knew the letter was in Damien's briefcase.
So whoever knew about the blackmail letter being in the mayor's briefcase is a potential suspect in its theft and placement in the alderman's pocket.
Oh, could it have been his doing? His doing?
Mayor Tinma's aide. He was supposedly in the foyer with Finch at the time of the murder, and we haven't talked about him! Bring him out! Bring him back! Mr. Mayor, Mr. Taro, did you just remember something?
Indeed, I did. There was but one other who knew of that letter. Damien's aide, Florent Lebel. Full knowledge of that briefcase contents did that aide possess.
then he may be the blackmailer and the murderer we're looking for. That's preposterous. He's a most trusted advisor. He would never betray Damien. It seems like Mayor Tinma is a bit too trusting of those around him. Still, this is huge. Now we know who might have slipped that blackmail letter in the alderman's pocket. Look out, Florent LaBelle. Here comes justice! Let's go find Mr. LaBelle and rake him over the coals. Can we do that, like, literally and not just metaphorically? Thanks for your help. You've just given us a major lead. There's something that still bothers me. If Mr. LaBelle is the killer, what could have motivated him to open the Forbidden Chamber? We should probably search it for clues. Only one problem, how do you open a locked door that doesn't have a keyhole? Let's go talk to Jinxie. Maybe she can help. Stop making that... Okay. Sir, I have one request before I leave. I have but one very simple request before I leave. Stop making that motion with your hands. And stop groping the air. Stop the fondling. I don't know if it's groping, I don't know if it's fondling, and I don't care. Stop it. I don't think he's stopping. We're just gonna leave you to it. Oops. Okay. God damn it. Hey, isn't that... Oh, look how tired she looks. You dare imprison me? Jinxie! She's acting really strange. That loathsome, no-good, nine-tailed fox. You shall know the terror that is mine in despair. You shall pay. Oh, you shall pay dearly. All of you. Jinxie, are you alright? Huh? Ah! Ah! Oh, is that you, Mr. Demon Lawyer? Morning, Jinxie. It's 2 in the afternoon. Morning? Isn't it already past noon? And what am I doing here? Last I remember, I laid down to take a nap back at the manor. Oh no! It must have been the Makurogeshi. Ogeshi. Hey, Jinxie, where are the talismans? Where are your talismans? Are you possessed by the real Tinmataro while your dad pretends to be Tinmataro to protect you from being an accomplice? Makurogeshi? Ever wake after a restless night's sleep to find your pillow in an unusual place? Or that you've been sleeping on the floor or in the hallway? Well, it's that yokai's fault. The Makurogeshi. The Makurogeshi plays on people while they're asleep. It sounds like you just need to be tucked in really tight, or maybe a snug sleeping bag. Get a weighted blanket. I want a weighted blanket. Jinxie, how come you don't have any charms on your forehead? I don't? Oh, they must have fallen off. Without them, evil things can creep into me. I'd say we had a more than adequate demonstration of that just now. I'd better reapply them. Jinxie, there's something we wanted to ask you. There was something I wanted to tell you too. I just remember something else. So, I tried one for a little bit and it was fine. I want to give it another shot. I want to give weighted blankets another shot. Like a really heavy one. In part, well, the only problem is I don't want to be any warmer than I am when I sleep. If there's one thing I've learned in my life is that boy do I overheat real easily. I just remembered something else. You did? What is it? Jinxie, can you tell us what you remembered? Well, after the trial, I remembered lots of stuff. But there was one thing I thought was really weird. I'm almost afraid to ask, but here goes. Really? What? It's about the yokai's feathers and tracks. They weren't there when I first opened the door. Oh, wait, what? Are you sure? I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! Motherfucker was hiding behind the whatchamacallit. This folding screen. Are you sure? Uh-huh. My memory's crystal clear now. But you're saying they were left at the crime scene after you found it? This could spell major trouble, Apollo. Why? Because Jinxie is already accused of leaving the feathers and tracks at the scene. If they weren't there when she discovered the crime scene, it will totally fuel the claim that she fabricated the evidence later on. Jinxie's fuzzy memory of the whole incident is really working against us. The prosecution will probably say she doesn't remember planting the evidence. Good luck rebutting that. Oh man, this is not good. I sure hope she didn't plant the evidence while she was sleepwalking or something. Jinxie, you wouldn't happen to know how to open the Forbidden Chamber, would you? That door doesn't even have a keyhole. Well, it's supposed to have a secret mechanism. They say you have to figure it out before the keyhole will appear. A secret mechanism? Really? Yeah. Okay, first you have to turn on the power to the clock tower. Then you have to go into the clock tower and activate all the buttons. Then you have to go up to the top of the clock tower and use Trinity symbols to break through the gate. Then you have to pull the cord to ring the bell a couple different times, so that a symbol down by the fountain turns to the right one. Oh, and then you have to fight the guard armor, and only then can you access the keyhole. Actually, at that point, it's the opposite armor. You have to fight the opposite armor, and then now the keyhole's there, but now you can actually use it. Were you taking notes? Because that's how you get to the keyhole in Traverse Town in Kingdom Hearts 1. I have so much Kingdom Hearts in my head. I have so much Kingdom Hearts knowledge in my head. It just will never go away for the rest of my life. Ever. It is one of the permanent fixtures in my brain. You didn't even... Uh-huh, it's hidden in the Fox Chamber, but only Alderman Kyuubi knew what it was and how it worked. The Alderman of Ninetales Vale sure loved his secrets. Apollo, let's go see if we can find that secret mechanism. Oh, slow down, there's something else I need to ask about. Jinxie, is there only one key to the Forbidden Chamber? Uh-huh. Even the Manor's Master Key won't open it. Ah, yes. The secret code of Ko-Nami. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. Very important. Ko-Nami himself wrote that code. Or just, yeah. It's because it's a very special room that must never be opened. As that means nobody entered the Forbidden Chamber after the murder. After all, we know Mayor Tenma took the key from the killer and swallowed it, so the mayor's efforts to keep the killer out of the Forbidden Chamber were not in vain. What's this? A Tsukumogami? Tsukumogami? A yokai that inhabits objects that have been used for a really long time. The red demon and a Tsukumogami. What a strange combination. Is everything to her some supernatural phenomenon? Hi, bitch.
Justice needs backup sometimes too, so I don't mind you asking for help, but you should start by thinking things over yourself. After all, the road to justice starts with your own first step. Ho 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 ho!
If you don't have any information to offer, you can just say so. Because you won't let me investigate. You loser. Okay, there must be something more I need to do with her. Well, let's see here. Superstitions? Nope. You want to see about the blackmail letter? Nope. Ain't telling you about the blackmail letter. I saw him, Tenmataro. It nearly scared me to death. Do you see a lot of monsters, Jinxie? Huh? In fact, I encountered the Sune Kusuri this morning. Sune Kusuri? You know, I don't know that one. Tell me about it. It's a mean little beast that trips you by bumping into your shins. I keep tripping all the time because of that pesky little thing. When it gets really bad, I stick Sune Kusuri warding charms on my shins. How about investing in some shin guards and watching your step instead? Do you know about oh, that's right, I need to ask you about this. Alderman QB made that statue. It's a token of goodwill. I think it was meant to be for Ninetales Vale and Tinma Town. A token of goodwill, but the two yokai are fighting. Fighting? Oh, I see what you mean. The cup portion is missing. The statue originally depicted the two yokai holding up a cup in celebration. But it sure doesn't look that way now, does it? It's broken! Maybe it broke when it was used to hit Maritino on the head. That would explain it. I guess the only two people who knew what it really looked like were the Alderman and I. Now it's just me, but a symbol of goodwill will be ever etched in my mind. Interesting. This is good information to have. This is very good information. Anything else we should know about Jinxie? No, that's about it. This is wonderful information for us to have. You're lying about something, ma'am. My bracelet, it's reacting. Okay, so basically, what they did in this game was say, hey, we're taking the bracelet portion out of the trials, and here's how. We're going to have this hawk thing just fuck with Apollo, so we can't. So trials now have the emotion thing, but the bracelet portion still exists here in regular conversations. Jinxie, you wouldn't happen to be...
In justice we trust!
Ah! Ah! A ghost!
Oh!
Detective Fulbright, what are you doing here?
I have business with this young lady, if you must know. Prosecutor Blackwell has asked me to question her.
Question me? Sorry, not interested. You here to ask about that whole yokai affair?
Well, that's right. Specifically, we want to ask. Oh, but I can't tell you that now, can I?
Oh, come on, please. We're partners in justice, right?
No. Prosecutor Blackwell specifically told me my questions were of the utmost justice. I will not fall for your lies. In justice we trust.
So you trust me, right?
What are you talking about?
My name.
What?
Justice.
Yes, in justice we trust.
Yeah, so you trust me.
What?
That's my name.
What is?
Justice.
What about justice?
Yeah, you trust in it.
Yes, of course we trust in it.
My name is Justice.
Your name is Justice?
Yes.
Oh, very good for you.
And you trust in justice.
I trust in justice.
Alright, we're clear we're not getting through to him. This Twisted Samurai sure has him on a short leash. So you're not a ghost? Maybe some sort of urban troll then?
Now come along, Miss Tenma. To the station with you.
Where is she at? He took her away. It's my chance to see what she was lying about. Well, at least we found out there's a secret mechanism for opening the chamber. Let's go check it out. I just hope they let us in now. Don't worry, if they don't, we just sneak in. Or we beat everyone up along the way. They'll never know, right? Oh, this motherfucker. You changed your hair since I last saw you. Why do you have good music? Why is your music so good? Listen to that. I like this music. Why do you get to have this music? Screw you.
I'm so glad I have these carnations imported from England, and nothing but the finest will do.
Perhaps I should place one aside for our dearly departed alderman. Hey, it's Mr. LaBelle. Apollo, let's ask him about you-know-what. Oh yeah, before we search the Fox Chamber, we should ask about the blackmail letter.
Oh, why, if it isn't the merciless lawyers. What do you want with me?
I'm defending your boss in court. Why the fuck would I not want to talk to you? You weird little plum of a man. Oh, there's something I wanted to ask. Where's that ringing coming from? Sir, are you aware that your shoulders are ringing? Click. Hello? Yes? Oh wait, no, wrong one. Over here. Hello? Hello, can you hear me? I don't know why I did this. It's really hard to hear and talk at the same time through my shoulders.
And you'll have to excuse me. Hello, LaBelle here.
What the fuck? They really are foot phones on his shoulders. What the hell? Hello? You know what? Not the dumbest thing I've ever seen, I guess. Yet. What the? Those things on his shoulders are cell phones?
Yes, about that, you must forgive me. This whole matter with Med Cinema has been a complete nightmare.
Where do you buy clothes like that?
A surprise! This is my own special design. It's the ultimate and functional beauty.
Functional beauty? Are you sure about that? Looks a bit unwieldy to me.
Oh, you simply don't have an eye for beauty.
If having an eye for beauty means looking like this guy, I'd rather be blind. Your hair is clashing with your outfit. That's the problem I'm getting here. Just don't fit. It just don't fit.
So what do you want with me?
Well, Jinxie and Mr. Filch said they saw Timitaro. But what about you, Mr. LaBelle? If you were in the foyer, why didn't you see...
Oh, very well, I admit it. That's right, I, Florian LaBelle, saw the demon Timitaro.
So we did see something. Why'd you lie about not seeing him?
Oh, I was simply trying to protect dear little Jinxie.
Protect Jinxie? What do you mean?
Oh, don't tell me I haven't heard of that strange little habit of hers.
Which one are we talking about? She's gonna got a few of them.
Oh, the one where she wanders around making mischief without knowing what she's doing. A rumor has it she's possessed by Timitaro.
That one's new to me.
Well, there you have it. Anytime you hear about a Timitaro sighting, a little Jinxie should be your prime suspect.
Tell us more about that rumor. So, what was that rumor about Jinxie?
Oh, they say she's possessed. And not all the time, of course. Oh, it hits suddenly, and then she starts wandering around doing strange things.
Is that so? Although, come to think of it, that loathsome, no-good, nine-tailed fox, you shall know the terror that is mine and despair. That certainly would explain how she was acting earlier.
Once, she even put on a Timitaro costume and wandered around the woods at night.
She did? Hey, look, animated sequence. Again, doubtful, but excited to be proven wrong. That she's actually possessed by Timitaro. Ugh, I wish I never asked. Does she remember anything while she's possessed?
Unfortunately, no. She doesn't seem to remember a thing about during these episodes.
Memory lost during possession.
I come to think of it, her memory of the murder scene was quite fuzzy. I suppose that too was caused by her possession.
And then maybe...
So you do understand. That whole yokai business was entirely of her own making.
Now, wait a minute. Although that yokai evidence wasn't there until after she discovered the crime scene. Did she leave those black leathers and strange tracks there herself? Apollo, let's ask Mayor Tenma about Jixi's episode the next time we talk with him.
What is that?
It's the blackmail letter, but it wasn't sent to Alderman Kyubi. It was sent to Mayor Tenma.
And? Your point being?
Someone took the letter from the mayor's briefcase and placed it in the alderman's pocket after he was murdered.
Oh, you don't say.
You wouldn't happen to be the one who made the switch, would you? After all, you're the only one who knew that the blackmail letter was in his briefcase. So naturally, you... Stop that! Rude! You know, my older brother once did that to me. Hi, Delphi. Hello, welcome to this guy.
Perhaps that shot of cologne will make those scales fall from your eyes.
Surprise, motherfucker.
It's all good. You gotta get that sleep in. That sleep, that rest, that's good shit right there. Or my eyes fall from their sockets.
Is it possible that you would like to frame me as a potential suspect?
It's your birthday? Holy shit, Delphi. Happy birthday. I hope you have a good one. I hope you enjoy your time. Ah, shit. You know what? That's valid. Valid use of some birthday stuff. Oh, wait, did it not? It didn't click. Hold on. I know you can do it. I believe in you. Pause. Moment. I got it. There we go. This should do it. Ow. Pain. It is funny how it constantly always breaks my model every time we do that. Up. And we're fixed. There we go. We're good.
What would make you raise such an outrageous allegation in the first place?
Oh, well...
My only crime is being born as beautiful as you see here. In other words, you have nothing. Now, let me show you what to do with this garbage.
Ah, you can't destroy evidence like that!
Oh, what do you mean I can't? I just did. I feel a little lighter now.
I'm going to break your spine? I'm not police. I'm going to have you arrested for destroying evidence. Like, legitimately. Fuck you. Holy shit. Take a break, Kay. Get up, stretch, get some water, all that good stuff. Take a break, play some video games, come back to it tomorrow. You just want a one-way trip to the top of my most annoying people ever list, buddy.
Are we done with your silly questions now? I'm a very busy man, you know. Look at me stroking my flower. Observe.
I guess that's it for now.
Hello, the bell speaking. Really? You wish to carry my new product at your store? Oh, but I'm afraid it's my own private brand. It's not available to the public. What? Oh, then I shouldn't advertise it on TV. But I don't understand. As the embodiment of beauty, it is my duty to announce my good looks to the world.
I'm sorry. Stop the bus. I'm getting off. I don't want to be part of this train anymore. I don't care.
Everyone wants my exclusive Je suis la belle brand products. It's the crown jewel of my collection, one of my long, relentless pursuit of beauty. But now it's become so popular, it's been an absolute nightmare. You don't say. Well, they can't have it. It's just for me. It's all meant for you peasants. Peasants? This is my latest product. I'm calling it Couleur Mirabelle. A dazzling hair color that you can wash out with just water. Hey, I want you to know that that already exists. That's already a thing. Like, super temporary hair dye that just sticks on the outside is already a well-known thing that exists. Congratulations! You invented something that people already have. Yes, that means you can't sweat. I have 7 colors in all. You can find out more in my commercials and magazine ads. Yet, it's not available to the public? Great sales strategy there, genius. Come to think of it, Mr. LaBelle, your hair color's changed since the last time we met. Oh, the little lady has quite the discerning eye. Here's a little sample. Consider it a gift for one who truly appreciates beauty. Oh, Apollo, what should I do? Better take it before you get a face full of cologne. Good point. Wow, thanks, Mr. LaBelle. The fact that this is evidence is going to be very important. Okay, let's head over to the Fox Chamber. We still gotta find the secret mechanism for opening the Forbidden Chamber. So curious what we're gonna do with that. My throat's not happy with my voice acting today. Rah rah win, kick him in the shin. Rah rah ras, kick him in the other shin. Okay, let's find that secret mechanism for opening the Fox Chamber. Oh, this is so exciting! I can't wait to see how it works. But do you really think the killer entered the Forbidden Chamber? I'll just have to open it to find out. We should also see if there's anywhere the killer could have hidden this room. Okay, let's get started. Apparate, Apollo, apparate! Ooh, the perineum? Isn't that the back of the knee? Or is it something else? There's the perineum in the asshole. I know, no, the back of the knee is the pata... Never mind, I don't remember anything. There's a carving of the nine-tailed fox over the door and statues of him on either side. The way those two statues are glaring, it's like they're guarding the door from us. Come to think of it, there are 2 foxes. Oh, perineum is ass, isn't it? Because I just remembered that that was a thing that happened on Critical Role. There's a slip of the tongue, and there's a weird name, and from that, and the cast there are all children. There are 2 foxes on the folding screen as well. It can't be a coincidence, can it? Hey, the statue moves! Don't get carried away now. I mean, who knows? It might trigger a trap. I can handle it. If a spear comes shooting my way, I'll snatch it out of the air. After all, I have the reflexes of a regular karate kid. I'm all caught up on Critical Role right now, and all I have to say is... When you're caught up on Critical Role right now, and you just go... a lot. I guess if you can catch something that fast out of midair, you can accomplish anything. Still... Might be something to the fact that these fox statues rotate. Maybe there's something around here that shows the position they should be in. That's close enough, Maya. Okay. One on the left and one on the right. Foxes standing back to back are depicted on this elegant folding screen. Does that have something to do with the keyhole? Wait a minute. 2 foxes.
There are 2 fox statues in front of the Forbidden Chamber as well. Hey, I just noticed something. Maybe the keyhole will appear if we do something to this folding screen. But I don't see anything unusual about it. Well, it does have 2 foxes on it, and there are 2 fox statues in front of the door. Maybe there's a clue somewhere in this room. Let's turn the whole place upside down. I'm excited as a kid in a candy store. Hold on, before that, what's this? No, I want to see what that is. Look, okay, so the doors open up. Literally, if someone dressed as Tin Mataro was right here. You saw 1 episode after the really sad one? Nice. If someone was standing right here, she never would have seen him. She would have seen dead body, unconscious dad, run to the police. I just remembered this mystery novel I once read. The murder occurred in a locked room, and the perpetrator made sure to hide behind the room's door when it was opened. Then, when no one was looking, he made his escape. Clever trick, but it would have been impossible in this case. See this broken Tanuki statue here? The door must have banged into it when it was opened. Oh, I get it. The killer couldn't have been there because of the statue. Wait. But does that mean he was on this side? Better take a look behind this door, too. Blood! Blood! There's blood! I see blood! The doorknob banged into the wall, made a big dent. Damn it. Never mind. That wouldn't have happened if the killer had been hiding there. Shit. Fuck. Damn it. I thought that was blood. Alright, I guess that rules out the old hide behind the door trick. Well, cocksuckers. Maybe the killer hid under this table. That'd be a terrible hiding place. Alderman's body would have been right above. Maybe you're right. Guess the underside is a bit... Oh wait, there's something under the table. Let's check it out. It's the broken piece of the statue. Hey look, there's something down here. It looks like a piece of something. Only question is, a piece of what? Oh, I know! It might be a piece of the statue. Remember what Jinxie said? The statue originally depicted 2 yokai holding a cup. It was a symbol of goodwill. So this piece broke off and rolled under the table? Android vampire? Who's to say? Who's to say? I'll never tell. I don't run up. I could use some plasma. Why not? Alright, let's keep looking around. For places to hide. Considering it's not letting us pick the folding screen to hide behind, I guess it says no. They couldn't have. Oh, you know what it is, Maya? It's that I have inserts for fangs, so I can get blood samples for healing purposes, of course, and blood tests, among other things. I'm a walking transfusion machine. The statue originally depicted the 2 yokai holding up a cup in a gesture of goodwill. Maybe Alderman Kyubi was planning on smoothing things over with Mayor Tenma, but he was murdered instead, by somebody who intervened. He was only pursuing the municipal merger because he'd been blackmailed. Who knows, if this murder hadn't occurred, maybe they could have come with a solution. There's a cliff outside this window. Makes it pretty impossible to get out this way. When I hear things like that, it just makes me want to try. Never say never, right? I bet I could get out this way. No, wait! Do you have a death wish or something? Won't even open wide enough for me to squeeze through. Oh, I guess I lost that bet. That loss just saved your life. Wait, but they are sitting. To think of it. Will you let me attempt to move them? No keyhole, huh? Just like that spiky bangs of yours. Well, all it takes is some water, but I don't think that would work on the door. Oh, I know! I'll break it down with a body slam! I seriously doubt you can do that. How do you know if I haven't even tried? No, I don't! Ah! As much as you hate losing, Athena, I think the door would win this match. Well, I can't think of anywhere else to look. Then bite the one with king blood. Yep. So chomp, chomp. Congratulations, your blood has been transfused. Or it's just a chomp and then a... Alright, give me a moment, I'm doing an analysis. Here are the results of your test. You have high cholesterol. Might I suggest less fatty foods? I had to get my blood drawn yesterday morning for like general physical stuff. It's fun. At least I'm used to it at this point. Fucking get blood drawn so often these days. I can't think of anywhere else to look. You find anything, Apollo? We'll never find a keyhole to the Forbidden Chamber at this rate. There's something about that folding screen. You know all those fox statues in front of the Forbidden Chamber move? The screen might be a clue as to how we're supposed to position them or something. Hey, I bet you're right! Let's go over that screen with a fine-tooth comb. I mean, I already figured that out. Just let me do it. See, they're back to back. Do that. On closer inspection, I think there's more to this screen than meets the eye. No, it's not. I see. We were tricked. Because look, on either side is the door. They're not back to back. They're facing each other. Because the door isn't between them. I can rotate the folding screen. And if I spot anything of interest, I can press A on it to inspect further. You can also zoom in and out with X and B to get a better look. Now let's check every last inch of it. Hey, doesn't it look like the picture here has been cut off on both ends? Now that you mention it, looks like there's supposed to be doors on both ends, but they're cut in half. Maybe those doors symbolize the Forbidden Chamber's doors. Yeah, it definitely feels something significant, but the question is what? What the what? Hello? Is this really this simple? What's this? Looks like a keyhole or something. You think it could be the keyhole to the Forbidden Chamber? No, it's just a picture. Still, you know what they say. A picture's worth 1,000 words. It's a picture of a key. That shape looks awfully familiar. Oh, I know. It's shaped like the Forbidden Chamber's key. Oh, wait! What about that keyhole drawn on the center of the screen? You think the two are related? A key and a keyhole? Oh, I just got an idea! If we folded the screen up just right, the key and keyhole should overlap. Hey, I think you're right. Let's give it a try. I called this without even having to fold it. This was super obvious, even without getting to this point. Yeah, and it's open too. The two foxes are now facing each other, so... Hey, what if we made those fox statues face each other? Apollo, let's go check out the two statues. Okay, help me move the two statues so they face each other. Just like on the screen. Absolutely buck wild. Look! A lock appeared. Now we can use the key. Okay, here goes nothing. By the way, once we get to another save point, that's where we're gonna call it. It worked! Time to see why this chamber's so forbidden. What secrets could it hold, I wonder? But I have a feeling we're probably close to that save point. The end of this chapter. These doors need some serious oil. Ah! That was like nails on a chalkboard. Oh, right. Forgot about those super good ears of yours. Haha! He was here! I told you that this would be important. Immediately, I'm just like, okay, we know what happened. Look, look, look. Do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see it? Motherfucker was here. Look, more feathers. Oh, that's a dope statue. Lovely. He does have a staff. Wait, this is where the staff came from. But the staffs aren't depicted anywhere else. What the heck is that? Is that a Tinmataro statue? But there's something odd about it. All I know is I don't like it, but I can't explain why. You okay, Athena? You look kind of pale. You're not scared, are you? What, of this thing? Don't make me laugh. Really? Hey, look! What? What is it? Over there on the left. There's a bunch of staves on the rack. They kind of look like the staff we saw earlier. You mean the one Jinxie said she saw Tinmataro carrying? Yeah, I bet our Tinmataro impersonator really did come in here at some point. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's search the place. Hi, I already have the answer. I've already figured it out. I win. Ultimate victory. What's this? Whatever it is, the packaging is really gaudy. And the fact that there's no dust on it means it hasn't been here very long. Oh, it's hand cream. Well, let's see what brand it is. Jaswin LaBelle? LaBelle? What the? But then, wouldn't that mean Mr. LaBelle was here? I guess so, but why? Well, whoever was dressed up like Tinmataro must have taken a staff from here in the Forbidden Chamber. And that same person probably dropped this hand cream at that time. In other words, the Tinmataro impersonator we're looking for is none other than Florin LaBelle! We have our killer! This might be a big break for us in court tomorrow. Now all I have to do is get the truth out of Mayor Tinma. Here lies Tinmataro. Here hath Tinmataro been imprisoned. Looks like a gravestone or something. It reads, here lies Tinmataro, age 80. Cause of death, choked on a chicken bone. It ain't so! Besides, that sounds more like an autopsy report than an epitaph, if you ask me. Wait, you're joking around because you're scared. It's your coping mechanism. I'm not scared. Freak out Central, right here, baby. Cut it out, Widget. Denial is strong in this one. Looks like an old scroll, and there's something drawn on it. Unless I'm mistaken, it looks like an old guy. Some sort of monk, maybe? A monk? What are you talking about? You know, people that take walks in the mountains as a form of spiritual training. Wouldn't that just be a hiker? The guy in this picture doesn't look like he's doing this for fun, Athena. Oh, look, there's some yellow thing strapped to his back. It looks like gold. Whoa, it's turning into Tinmataro. What's this scroll getting at? Is this how Tinmataro was born? Well, whatever it is, it's definitely creepy. Oh, that's one big statue. Must be something like 15 feet tall. And look, this Tinmataro has a staff. But the Tinmataro in the scroll didn't have one. I wonder why. I feel like this could be significant. But why? Take a closer look. First, to go around this table here. Apollo, are you sure that's a good idea? Hey, it looks like there's some sort of compartment in the base of the statue. Don't open it. Who knows what might be inside? Just a big empty compartment. From all the dust and cobwebs. It hasn't been opened in a really long time. That's enough, Apollo. Let's shut it in. Wait, there is something in here. It looks like some sort of figure. But it's so dusty. I can't tell what it's supposed to be. I wonder what it's doing here. Hey, there's a bunch of saves here, and it looks like one's missing. The Tinmataro Jinxie saw must have taken it. I'd have to agree. These look like the ones Detective Fulbright showed us. Why do you think there are so many here? Maybe they're spares. Tinmataro might be, you know, absent-minded or something? But the fact that he has spare staves handy, well, it shows that he's aware of his faults and is trying to deal with them. Or at least that's my take on it. Wonderful psychoanalysis. Just like everyone with ADHD. Have backups. Know where you put your shit. Oh shit, where'd my shit go? That's why I have a very particular place where I put my tablet pin and my glove for my tablet. It's like they don't go anywhere else. Ever. Maybe this will remind her to deal with her own faults. But I won't hold my breath. Rude! Rude and mean! Black feathers. Look exactly like the ones in the Fox Chamber. That means the killer must have been in here at some point. Well, the question is, why? Maybe the Tinmataro costume was hidden in here? I mean, if someone carried it through the manor, it would have stuck out like a sore thumb. But when did the killer get in here? The mayor snatched the Forbidden Chamber key when the killer hit him on the head. That means the killer could have only gotten in here before the murder. Wow, this is one tough riddle, alright. It is very interesting, though. A stone lantern. Like those Japanese garden lamps? Where's the switch? Lamps like these are lit by fire, not electricity, so there is no switch. Oh, here it is. What? It was hidden out of sight. I see Tinmataro Sal has been outfitted with all the amenities a yokai could want. We done here? Did we do everything? Did the scroll, we did you. Hello. Well, now that's fascinating. Look, there's an air vent here too. Because even forbidden chambers need proper ventilation. But I don't think anyone could reach this one either. Yeah, and there's nothing to stand on around here. I wonder where this vent leads. Well, the Fox Chamber's vent didn't branch this way, so maybe it doesn't have anything to do with the case after all. So that about wraps it up. What now? We should probably talk to some of the witnesses again. You mean like Mr. Filch and Jinxie? Yeah, I really want to ask Mr. Filch about the village superstitions in Tinmataro. Okay, never mind. If we're still in the middle of talking about investigations and talking to people, I think we're going to call it here. So, thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you all enjoyed some more Ace Attorney. Oh my goodness. People at work. Rude. Rude and mean, Maya. Tell them they're rude and mean. Tell them I said that they're rude and mean. Bite their heads off. Anyways, that's all from me today. We're gonna call it there. Let me see who's streaming. I guess we're just gonna raid Nox. Nox is, actually, no. I think today I'm just gonna send y'all to some oh, are they on screen? Or are they not? Oh, they're not on screen. Wolves are moving around, never mind. Wolf Conservation Center it is. Alright, thank you all so much for joining me. Okay, so, Saturday we should still be streaming. It's just a matter of it might be later because I'm getting some hair stuff done. So I still plan on streaming. Actually, I don't know why I did that because we don't do that for Wolf Conservation Center because they're sleepy wolves. I lost what I was saying. Saturday, we should still stream. It might not be at the same time. Keep an eye out on Discord and everything. I'm getting my hair touched up for bleaching so I can do full dye. Because right now, it's like half my hair is its natural color, and like, no, that's not good. And I might as well say it now. Part of the reason why I'm finally doing this now is because in a couple weeks, I will be taking a week off because I'm going to a wedding. So be prepared for that. But that's all from me today. Thank you all so much for joining me. We'll see you all later.